You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast. All right, welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast, home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. Back for another week of ripping and tearing, this being Monday, I'm just going to guess now off the top of the head, what am I feeling, what am I thinking, 16th of November. Or 15th, I don't know. 15th, there you go. 2021, year of our Lord St. Peter Volandis. We will get into the fact that we are world champions again. That'll happen. Obviously, winners win, and that's what we do as a nation here, a nation of Australians. We will get into that, but before we do, it would be remiss of me not just to welcome in my dear friend, Edward Simpson, co-host of the show. Some of you may know. How are you?
Good to be here, mate. I got a pep in my step this morning. I've got a pep in my step. I'm pepped up.
I don't, but like I feel like I would have if my sleep had been good. Like I've got enough in me where it's like, oh, he could have had pep today.
I came pepped.
Yeah.
And it's all about sleep. Sleep will pep you.
Have you had a good weekend of sleep?
I have. I slept in on Saturday after a couple of shout out to Harry Solomon, whose 30th was on Friday night. He put on a hell of a do, had a hell of a time. Fucking fantastic. Also, smart eyes up footy from Harry. Harry goes, let's do this thing on Friday. Perfect. Gives me the rest of the weekend to fucking put the feet up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bounce back, get sleep into the system. Now I come in pepped. Now I come in ready. Now I come in like a fucking goddamn hero.
Yeah.
Or because Harry plays eyes up footy, puts his 30th on Friday night. So
well, any big do, I think, once you're this age on the Friday, I think we've said it like weddings. Friday, get married. Or is it, Friday get married, Saturday recovery, Sunday recovery of the recovery.
That's right. That's correct.
So that's great play. Happy birthday to Harry. I, funnily enough, think that I'm related to him.
I think I've said this before. Is that a vibe thing?
No, it's not a vibe. It's certainly not. I've never like vibe relate. Oh, you know what? I reckon I could be related to him. Vibe doesn't really work for me in that situation, but I think there's some like third cousinry or some shit.
But like you're saying a lot of thinks, maybes.
Well, listen, it's not based in no fact because it's certainly not something that I personally have just like plucked out of thin air.
But that's why I was checking.
Yes. Well, that'd be
because it sounded like it was a
But
vibe.
that would be like possibly the weirdest thing I've ever done if I just started claiming that I was related to Harry Solomon.
You're sleep deprived.
I am sleep deprived. Can you tell? Like, I feel like I'm speaking a little slower than maybe what I would.
Yeah, I can tell.
Because, I mean, look, we are making a bit of a habit of wearing sunnies on the couch every fucking Monday morning. It's honestly only a Monday morning thing when you know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I'm trying to be Kanye goddamn West.
Well, it's early.
Inside. It's early. It's
Punters
Monday.
and Dribbles, it's not like 11 o'clock.
No.
You know what I mean? It's fucking 7:30.
Yeah.
So there's that. So you're related to Harry. Maybe a third cousin.
Something like that in that sort of a postcode.
I don't think I'd be able to name a third cousin of mine. I can name second cousins. I also get confused about what constitutes a second cousin or a third cousin.
I think a second cousin is like your parents' cousin.
Your parents' cousin is your second cousin.
Yeah.
Is their child your third cousin?
That my knowledge, as deep and as fucking hectic as it is, it doesn't go beyond the second cousin, my knowledge of cousinry.
See, the other thing as well that throws me is because I've heard that before, your parents' cousin, your second cousin, but aren't they more of like a great aunt, even though I don't know if the great aunt
uses the great aunt
because they're older than you.
But the great aunt is your parents' aunt.
Right.
So your grandma's sibling.
That's your great aunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or uncle.
Okay.
A great aunt's not just like a cousin.
But do you know what I mean though? Like, yeah, you're my cousin, but you're also like 50 or 60.
Yeah,
like
but that's
parents.
why you're a second cousin. But then you can also have a second cousin that's younger.
Then their kid's your third cousin?
As I said to you just before, and obviously you didn't listen and you're trying to push me on it, you're trying to catch me out. My understanding of cousins doesn't go beyond the second cousin.
Yes.
I also think from a legal standpoint, second cousin is play on from a...
Do you reckon? Second cousin?
Procreating. I'm not saying that
I
I'm
don't think so.
I'm not sitting here championing it.
I don't think you
I think it's legal.
I don't think you can root your parents' cousins. I think that's a pretty long bow to draw.
Now,
and I think that if you told your parents, it'd be less than fucking.
I think, dude, I think it's legal for first cousins to do it.
I'm not going to get into the minutiae of the law. I'm talking about the law by which we all hold ourselves to account, and that's the law of public opinion. And the law of public opinion, I don't think it flies.
You are allowed to marry a cousin, niece, nephew, aunt,
Niece?
or aunt or uncle in Australia.
You can marry your niece.
That seems.
That's. I thought you'd be locked up for that.
Jesus Christ! Now I do. A friend of mine. I mean, I haven't seen him for years.
Is that like a fucking law for the hicks up in the hills? What's that about?
About being able to marry your niece? I don't know. I mean, that seems like there's too much of like the same blood.
That's fucking shook me up.
My mate
You can marry your niece?
My mate who used to live next door to me when growing up, his mum divorced his dad and remarried her first cousin. Had 2 kids.
First cousin.
Kids were good.
Yeah.
I think it's there.
Didn't we look that up the other day?
It's like next down the line or something. Maybe we did. I don't know. This probably isn't the first fucking inbreeding conversation we've had on the podcast.
Look, I just, again, in the law of public opinion, marrying your niece, even if it's legal, like, I wouldn't be rolling that out.
No.
Oh, it's legal, though.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I don't know.
Anytime you need to justify behavior, no, but it's fucking legal.
Imagine
like,
going to your brother, listen, I'm with your daughter now. It's legal.
Yeah,
Boy, it's legal.
No, it's completely legal. No. Now,
Have you heard that, like, researchers say that marrying your third or fourth cousin is actually optimal? Because people who have, like, genetic material that's too different could be incompatible, but that's kind of like the Goldilocks zone for marrying your cousin, apparently.
Third or fourth cousin's starting to get pretty, like, stretched out.
yeah. No, it's very
Fourth cousin, fuck me.
Same
dude.
with
Who's
third.
that?
Third and fourth cousin is stretched out.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Given that I don't know who the fuck they are.
No, exactly. You could already be, Ella could be your fourth cousin.
That'd be upsetting. But like, who knows?
It shouldn't be upsetting. I think at fourth you're all right.
Okay.
I think you're okay.
But I don't know. There are connotations with the word cousin.
Look, you won't be. You won't be able to shake those. You won't be able to scrub the internet of the fact
Eddie's
that you're
with his cousin.
Eddie's with his cousin.
He's gone, by the way.
No, just to clarify.
I need to clarify.
No, I get it. I think it's probably important for us to acknowledge as well that Punter Power
is real.
It's real.
And it's never been more like perfect.
Yes,
For lack of
synergistic.
Well, in a synergistic way. Yeah.
Punter Power never been more prevalent, more relevant.
Synergistic, one of the great words.
Well, if it is a word.
It's not, but
yeah.
You know what I mean.
If it were.
Yeah. I was just trying to pump you up on a fucking slow Monday.
Yeah, I am on a slow Monday, dude. I'm like a fucking.
You don't usually fuck up your words.
I'm like a computer that needs to like update its software.
You look like Windows 95 living in a 2020 world.
That's what I feel like, dude. I feel like my very basic functionality, like you can't even, if you delete something, it's gone. You can't Control Z, so I don't have that capability yet.
I don't even think you've got short codes.
No, exactly. I don't have shortcodes.
Control C, Control V.
Yeah, Control C, Control V.
The most famous of all short codes.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
Or Control Alt Delete.
Control Alt Delete, also a very good one. What we're trying to say
I think that's
here,
Windows, though.
Punters, Dribblers, we look to have secured some time with the great Ricky Ponting.
Yeah.
Just
the second best batsman of all time.
Yeah.
So
that looks to be happening.
Yeah. With forearms like Popeye.
Yeah, exactly.
Hairy as fuck, thick as fuck.
That seems to be the case. Obviously couldn't have done it without the punter and the dribbler, the power of the punter and the dribbler getting behind, calling Ricky out, Ricky being a good sport.
Ricky being a great sport.
Yeah.
Ricky recognising that the punter and the dribbler doing God's work, and he, as a disciple of the Lord, must answer the call of the punter and the dribbler, given that he is a punter.
Yes.
Not a dribbler.
Not a dribbler. So keep your eyes and ears peeled, but that is coming.
Yeah. Coming sooner rather than later.
Coming sooner rather than later. We've got a couple in the pipe.
We've got a couple in the pipe. The other one will just let hang.
Yeah,
There's another big one.
Yeah.
There's another huge one.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say?
That's all we're saying. That's all we want to say.
I don't think we need to say more than that.
No, look, Eddie, sometimes I just think if you tried to say any more, it'd be a little bit much.
Sometimes you can say more by saying less.
Now, I don't want to bite on the style and the lyricism of the great Ronan Keating, I believe, but you say it best when you say nothing at all.
Shout out to Ronan Keating.
And shout out to Notting Hill, which that movie's in, and it is used perfectly.
Perfectly. It completes the film.
Yeah.
You could argue that the film would be incomplete if Ronan doesn't come in and get into his work.
Smile on your face lets me know that you need me.
Yeah.
There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me whenever I fall. You say it best.
When you
say it best. When you say nothing at all.
Great song.
Great song.
Great movie.
Yep. How'd we get there?
Inbreds.
That's right. It's always the way. But yeah, so that's pretty fucking dope, Eddie, that we're going to get a yarn with the great man Ricky Punter Ponting. I mean, I don't know. My notes are not ordered. Usually I'll try and put some order in there, but...
How'd you go yesterday? Thick ropes.
Thick ropes, motherfucking county, baby. We're back. First time ever in our history that we've got back-to-back wins.
Love that.
This game, I'll be honest, I played like shit.
Did ya?
Well, I didn't bat well.
What'd you get?
10. Yeah, tough.
How'd you get out?
LB. Probably bad call, but Eddie, you can't be spending the rest of your life blaming the calls. You know what I mean? The problem with
Has anyone that's ever got out LB been like, that was plum?
probably not many.
Exactly.
Now, the whole chat in the week in the lead up to this game on the weekend was that the team we're up against, whose name I can't remember, bunch of good dudes, really nice, like they were cool, but like the chat was like, these guys are fucking awful and we should hump them into the earth.
How did you know they were awful?
Because of their stats. The great thing about last man standing is you've got your stats for your whole career. Your team's got their whole stats. They haven't won a game in 22 games.
Right, okay.
One of their bowlers averages like 100. Like, it's fucking absurd. So we went in there very confident and we're like, we'll punt these losers, with the greatest respect. Their two openers come out and fucking put in like a 100-run stand. And we're like, oh, shit. What's going on here?
Did you bowl like shit?
We didn't. We dropped some catches. I dropped one. Chica got dropped 3 times. Anyway, they set a pretty good score. We were like, what the fuck's this about? We got out there, and again, nice guys, greatest respect. Nice guys, greatest respect. When I say to you, and I mean no disrespect to you, that as a collective of like 8 guys, it's not even close. There's no second place. The worst bowlers, the least coordinated cricketing bowlers I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, the worst. One guy tripped over and fell onto the stumps. Which made getting out even more. It was almost like you didn't know where any ball was going to go. Lobs, fucking. I reckon so basically we came down to the last ball of the game. We had to hit 2 to win.
That's how tight it was.
That's how tight it got.
Even though they were bowling pies, falling onto the stumps.
Dude, honestly, if we.
You got out for 10.
Yeah. It was.
LB off a pie.
Dude, like, could have bounced twice.
Oh my God.
It was the worst.
So it was just a complete nut of shit show.
Yeah, but like, again, good dudes, whatever. But what was funny
I'm saying
was
on both fucking sides of the fence here, man.
What was funny was these guys hadn't had a win for fucking 22 games, and they were on the absolute cusp of winning. Like, we were gonna lose. We were like, holy shit, we're gonna lose to these guys. We needed like 40 off 20, and then we needed 30 off 10 or 30 off 15 or something. Like, it was.
Who saved you?
So his name's Alex. And he came in and we needed, what must we have needed? Like 16 off 3 balls or something?
What? Are you serious?
Or 12 off 3? Hey, let's say 10 off 3.
I'm on the stats here online. He got 9 off 3. That's
Yes, but
16 of them.
no. That's what we needed to
what you
win.
need to win,
That's what we need to win. So, but it might have been 10. But he's come in, and we're going, fuck. There's 3 deliveries left here. We're fucked. Or 4 deliveries left, and we're fucked. And then he just comes out and just crunches back-to-back 4s, and we're like just couldn't have middled him better. Then gets a single, so that's 9, 10, 11. So we need 11 off 3 balls, and then Harvey's come and just fucking hit a 2 to win it. But these guys were like, we're top of the table. They're like, that we're on the cusp of a win here. We haven't won in 22 games. I know what it feels like to be winless. We didn't win for 16 games. And we just ripped it away from them. And it was fucking hilarious. We felt bad afterwards. We weren't thinking about it, but like just these guys getting so close and tense.
Were they Devo?
Yes. But like in the same way that anyone would be, like it was just more that like you get so fucking close in these dumb games of cricket. And then
what division you in?
Whatever the bottom is. They bowl like honestly, like 'cause if they bowl to you and it's a wide, the first wide's 1 run and then the second wide, every wide after is 3 runs in an over. And all of those runs are attributed to batters. So like some of the boys had like close to 50 runs and they faced like 3 balls.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Will Hickey and James Harvey both got 47 off 26 and 28.
Yeah, they were smacking them as well, but we were just saying like it was
Not to that.
They probably could have done us. They probably could have lost in sundries alone.
Yeah, 3 of their bowlers were going for over 10.5.
How many sundries did they have?
It doesn't give it.
Because they attribute it to the batsman.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, I know.
That's annoying. Why is that?
I think it's probably just an easier thing. We just give it to the batsman.
Yeah, suppose so.
But Thick Ropes County 11, undefeated,
Love that.
top of the table. I don't know actually if we're top of the table because we missed a game, but we should be. But it was good. Went out there, contributed absolutely nothing. I got a wicket, but like I didn't contribute. I did fuck all.
That's all right, man.
You know what I mean? But
That's
then
all right. Hey, don't worry about it.
this actually pushes me into my next line of conversation. Isn't it funny as well that we speak about my T20 competition before the World Cup we won? It's just the height of fucking...
Well, it's the intro. It's
Yeah.
about how our weeks have been.
That's true.
We're saving it.
I went to the pub afterwards, the home of the Thick Ropes County 11, the Nelson in Bondi Junction.
Good pub.
Great pub. Had my Schnitty Lube, obviously, double gravy.
Did you go normal gravy and
Mushroom.
Mushroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I actually was watching the video and I was like, where's this dickhead's second gravy? I was about to fucking get you on the blower.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
about to get you on the blower
Yeah.
and go, what sort of tone are you setting to
Yeah.
for the punter and the dribbler on our page?
Yeah.
Not double gravy.
Not double graving.
I didn't have to call because there was a second one there.
There's a second one there.
Lord.
And also, not just a second one. It was a mushroom gravy mix, which is very cutting edge in the fucking gravy business. Very cutting edge.
Someone fucking inbox has been like, why are they 2 colours? I don't know, dickhead. Work it out yourself. Because they're different gravies.
They're different gravies.
At the Nelson, I don't know if it's gone back to self-serve.
It has, Edward.
But there's like 6 gravies on the go.
There's a self-serve gravy
and
buffet.
you get a ladle, punters and dribblers.
Yep.
And you can put on as much as you want.
Yeah.
You can drench it if you'd like.
Now, this is what I wanted to talk about in terms of the
Go
drenching
crack.
here.
What's up?
Is that I had a couple of dribblers come in and go, where's the gravy? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, that's fucking no gravy. I'm like, now, I would disagree with that. I would say that when it comes to a gravy schnitty, that there is a ratio, an equilibrium that must be fucking understood and maintained, because gravy essential on a fucking schnitty, but if there is absolutely a Goldilocks zone, and if you go over it, too much gravy.
I can see where the punter and the dribbler were coming from based on the footage I saw. I think that there was room for more, in my opinion. But that was because the things, they look quite small.
They were not.
So this is how I would have changed things.
If you were to approach this yourself.
I would have lifted up the schnitty.
Yes.
And I would have got the chips working. Then I would have dropped
Put
it back down and then worked the schnitty.
We were having this conversation about the setup.
Because the schnitty can hog gravy. It's a gravy hog. Always has been.
It can be, yeah.
Well, it is. in its inherent soul, it's a gravy hog. And the chips sometimes don't get the bath they were looking for.
I can see what you're saying.
I like to share the love.
And it's important to share the love. But
you did have two. At the end of the day, you had two gravies.
You had double gravy.
So,
there's no doubt in that.
You know, you can't shoot a bloke for getting two gravies when we were the ones that fucking told you shits to get two gravies.
Yeah.
Before that, you're only getting one.
Exactly.
And you know you're worse. So
and
don't
now
talk shit.
now you're in the DMs. Where's the gravy? No, mate.
No one was getting two gravies until I told you to. No one.
King
now
of the
you're
two
playing
gravies.
eyes up. Now you're playing eyes up footy. Be that as it may, Tom, where were you going with that yarn? Or is that the yarn complete?
Mate, I'm trying to actually think back to what we were just talking about. Double gravies. Oh, it was basically the dribbler getting in the DM to start spouting off about gravy ratios. And I'm like, cunt, there's a ratio that needs to be maintained. Now, you think that more gravy... I disagree respectfully with you on the more gravy with what I had, knowing how the setup went down.
But you know what I'm like.
I do know what you like. I think I am a little bit more... I wouldn't say conservative, but I would say conservative because I don't want it to be like a swamp. A gravy swamp. I need it to still have some crispness to the chip, to the schnitty.
Sometimes I'll swamp up.
Yeah.
Well,
Like if I've been to fucking Charcoal Charlie, sorry to cut you off, Dave, you can come after me. If I've sometimes feeling really gluttonous and feeling like very sorry for myself, I'll go to Charcoal Charlie's. I'll get a family chips because Ella always wants some, so you
You got to plan for it.
And I'll get the chicken schnitzel. I know it's a bit boring, but I don't like their burgers. And I'll get they send down a gravy that is like true blue. It's fucking massive.
Like a New Haven pool.
Like a New Haven pool. And I'll put like a handful of chips down and then I'll put the schnitty down and I'll just pour it and that thing's covered.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck if it's soaked.
Yeah.
And I get into it.
And you get into it.
And then I add more chips to my like pool of gravy.
Yeah, right. We'll see but thereby reducing the amount of
But all
gravy.
I'm saying is I'll soak.
Yeah, you're a marsh, a gravy marsh.
Yeah, I don't mind a gravy marsh.
gravy
I
swamp.
don't hate it. Dave?
I was just going to say, the thing is you can always put more on, once it's still crispy. But once you've doused that, if it's soggy, then there's no turning back.
Can't take it off.
You can't. Can't put toothpaste back in the tube. Although I'm sure there is a way you can do that, but I just don't think it's that easy.
Well, I'd say this. How do they get it in there?
Huge point. Huge point. Doesn't just fucking materialize.
They don't
does
build
it?
the tube around the toothpaste.
No. It's a fucking great question. I mean, point, not question.
So it can be done.
It can be done. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Bucks got a win last week, about 12-3, I think.
Bucks are back.
Bucks are back. Never fear. The Bucks are back.
Did you play? I thought
No.
you missed out.
Well, because we had...
Oh, yeah, we caught up.
I met Zoe. Shout out to her. Spent the afternoon with Evie. Tom and I might have had a couple of fucking martinis.
We got into the Thursday martinis.
I get home. I've had a couple of martinis. And the brain slows down. And then I'm like, holy shit, is it 5 o'clock? Holy fuck, have I edited the podcast? No, I haven't. So I had to pull the pin.
Yeah.
The punter and the dribbler comes first. Think about that. I pulled the pin on Oztag, one of my favourite pastimes, for you fucks.
Yeah.
So don't fucking tell me we don't do anything for you.
Because we do.
Because we do. But the Bucks are back.
Bucks are back.
12-3, huge win.
Okay, so we're now like...
So we're one more week of seeding. See how it goes. See where we're at. I'm thinking probably again around Div 3, I'd say.
Div 3.
I'd say. Div 3, Div 4, Div 3.
Relegation zone sort of shit.
Well, we did 3 last year.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're maintaining your position.
I would say. But who knows? Could be Div 5.
Oh, you could go down, you reckon?
Mate, it's like, it's up to the gods, really. No one knows.
Well, but is it the gods or is it the
If you're
results?
seeding fucking 9 divisions, there's going to be a little bit of like...
Fuck it. Yeah, I get you. Well, we're building some pretty nice little sporting franchises on this podcast, aren't we? Yeah.
Better believe it. We may have danced around it for long enough, but dance around it we will no longer because we are draped head to toe in Australian fucking
Gold, canary yellow, fucking one-day fineries.
One-day
pajamas. We're in the pajamas.
Yeah, we're draped in our one-day fineries. We're draped in our pajamas to celebrate one of the great wins.
Dude, World
in
Cup
modern
champs.
cricket.
World Cup champs.
Write us off at your own goddamn peril. That's
Yeah.
what I'd say. Fuck you, Michael Pride of
Fuck you,
Hates the
Michael
Nation
Pride.
fame. You are, mate. I'm half of mine. I'm honestly half of mine to nip down to immigration and go, fuck this bloke.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't care if he's stateless. I don't give a shit.
No. Let's fuck him off.
Revoke his passport and tell him to fuck off.
Let's put him on like a dinghy and just push him off the fucking...
Get rid of him. He hates the nation.
Push him off the coast and just go, see you, dude.
See you, brah. Off you go. The nation, Australia, reared you, birthed you,
Yeah.
turned you into the man you are, giving you everything you
Every
have.
opportunity you've ever had.
Piss off. Because Australia's T20 World Cup champions, that's our first T20 gong. But, I mean, let's be honest, the first 5 or 6 iterations, we didn't really give a shit
No,
about
we
as a
didn't
nation.
care.
We were like, oh, what? I thought 50-day test cricket, we thought 50-day World Cups was the thing. But little did we know, punters and dribblers, is that world cricket, pissed off by how successful we were like, let's change the rules.
Yeah.
Let's try and get one over the Australians. Look, it took us a little while to catch on, but catch on we have.
Oh, we've caught on.
And now, sure as shit, who holds both? I know. Are we 50 day as well?
No, we're not 50 day.
Who won the last 50
England.
day? Bastards. But that was bullshit.
Yeah, well, so New Zealand really do. New Zealand are one-day champions. We are T20 champions. Is the T20 now the number one fucking format in the game? It is at least
It
for
is
the
for
next,
today.
It is for today.
It is for the 15th of November.
Yeah, and then from then on, it's not. But
Well, as of the 8th of December, it's not.
I'm cool with that. Cool with that.
It's day one, Ashes, first test.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. The Kiwis, obviously, you know, there are a lot of people going, oh, let's see how fucking Kiwi are now, boys. I was like, no, listen to this. We are Australian.
Hang on, can I say something about that?
Yep.
What the fuck are you talking about? To those punters and dribblers. Like, when have we ever said that we're Kiwi first?
No.
Your mother, my father, Kiwi. That's where the loyalty lies.
Yeah. We've
But
got
we
blood
are
running
born
through our
and
veins.
we're born and reared here, bruh.
Yeah.
So leave that shit at the door.
We ain't no Michael Prides.
No, we're not, mate.
It seemed like a
Is there anyone
game.
more patriotic, Tom?
No, not for you and me, mate.
No.
Didn't seem like a game with much controversy.
No.
New Zealand just came out and bashed the fuck out of it. Kane Williamson is I want to say he's a footballer, this kid. Kane Williamson is a footballer.
Oh, shit, yeah.
He's an out-and-out footballer,
He's
and
an
a
out-and-out
cricketer.
footballer. Oh, fuck yeah. I tell you what, Josh Hazelwood would have been sitting out there on the rope after he dropped him on like 18 going and just seen him get to what, 85 off 60 nuts or something, being like
48.
85 or 48.
Yeah, dude, he was
being
going
like,
nuts.
What have I done?
Yeah, I've dropped the fucking
Because it
World
was a
Cup.
sitter.
Yeah.
It was a sitter. Like, it was a tough sitter, but it was a sitter.
Sitter
It
nonetheless.
was still in a sitter category.
It was a sitter.
Being like, could you imagine standing on the boundary, seeing your team get absolutely pounded into the earth by a footballer, going, good Lord.
Dude, this guy's out here playing out-and-out football.
Holy shit, I didn't realise this guy was out and out. Like, I'd heard whispers he was out and out.
Now I'm seeing it
And
firsthand.
now I'm seeing it firsthand as he toils me 85 or 48 nuts. But it didn't matter.
No. But I tell you why it didn't matter.
Player of the series, player of the tournament,
The Dark Angel,
reincarnate.
David Warner, the return of the Dark Angel, the DA.
Now, in the lead up to the tournament, I had sort of gassed up David Warner, saying that he'd been doing pretty well in the IPL. Now, punters and dribblers reached out being like, he hasn't been doing well in the IPL. And I
he
was
hasn't been
like,
playing.
okay, maybe I got it wrong. What I've since realised it was I was tapping into vibe. I was tapping into something like ethereal.
Yeah. Bigger than yourself.
Bigger than myself. And the vibe gobs were telling me, oi, keep an eye on David Warner because he's hot to trot right now. And
He's got
good
people
go.
he's got a bee in his bonnet, a chip on his shoulder, people to prove wrong, too old, too slow, too, you know.
Shit, whatever. So I obviously attributed that to the IPL because it's what we've been praying recently. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I was right. You dickheads were wrong. David Warner, player of the tournament, goes out there, quick 550, sets the tone. And then Mitch Marsh of Swamp Junior fame,
Yeah, of
living up to the hype.
Starting to hear his name being thrown around in Test cricket circles fame.
Does that annoy you?
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it. If he's hitting the ball well, he's striking the ball clean, Eddie.
Yeah.
It's summer officially. We're talking about, I'm considering a marsh in the test side. It's
Well, we're
summer.
considering 2 marshes.
Well,
Because a couple of weeks ago,
Sean
was getting touted.
Sean was getting touted, but
All it takes is a ton for Western Australia to perk up.
so if Swamp Junior comes back
Yeah.
and has a decent showing,
I think Baggy Green's in trouble.
well, I heard someone say smart, like Dave, Little Marcus Harris is the one I think has been named.
Yep.
Marnus, Labra, Labashane, Smudge, Baggy Green, Swamp Junior, T-Pain. Fuck Travis head off altogether.
So you
Or Wade or
so
mid.
you got 2 blokes in the side. You got essentially 2 all-rounders in the side.
Yes, but Baggy Green, you could argue maybe more a batsman than a bowler. I don't know if that's true.
But he can bowl a couple of tight ends.
Oh, he can bowl his dick off. But I think that you'd be bringing him in as a batter. Now, do I know anything? No, but that was the yarn as I'm
but
just
you hear
glancing
whispers.
over it.
You hear whispers,
Yes.
Tom. And that's all we do here is report the whispers we hear to the punter and the dribbler. But I would say this, after his exploits this morning, essentially dragging the nation to glory, are you going to sit here and tell me that he's not in the conversation?
And some people are going to be
'Cause
out
he
there
is.
going, "Oh, you fucking idiots! It's 2:20," and it's like, listen, are you trying to tell me that a 2-hour game dedicated almost solely around devil may care, reckless abandon, throwing the bat at a ball doesn't translate to a 5-day attritional test cricket match? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I'd say you don't get cricket.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Put it this way, his eyes either in or it's not.
His eyes are in.
His eyes in.
We can confirm his eyes are in.
And if you are looking to build a side that's going to win the Ashes, you need to assemble blokes together whose eyes are collectively in.
Yeah.
If your eyes are out, you're out.
Yeah, you're out. If your,
If your
eyes, are in,
you're in.
or at
pretty
least
simple.
you're a chance of being in.
Tell me this. Are you telling me that JL and the other selectors don't sit around the table and say over and over again, are his eyes in or not? That's how they decide.
That's how you pick.
Okay, Marsh, eyes are in or out? They're in. Okay, it was in the side.
Or at least you go, okay, we're picking a side. I need to at least have a pool of dudes whose eyes are in.
Yeah, give me a pool of ins.
I need a pool of eyes are in, and then I'll start making decisions around who's going to make that 11, but I need to know whose eyes are in.
Exactly. And if it so happens that, you've got 6 batsmen whose eyes are in, that's the side. If you've got a pool of 10 ins, then you have to start to make decisions.
And that's a good position to be in.
Great decision to
But you got to pick the guys with the best eyes.
Well, when Steve Waugh was winning all those test matches, when Ricky's boys were winning all those test matches, we had so many ins that we couldn't lose.
No, exactly.
In, years gone by, in between that, there's been some lean sort of errors where there's been no ins.
The guys didn't have eyes.
Blokes were painting eyes on, trying to hoodwink the selectors into saying, I'm an in.
I'm an in, and it's like, well, you didn't look like you're in. You couldn't even see the ball.
There you go. Do you know what we're saying?
I hope you know what we're saying.
I hope you know what we're saying.
So we win the World Cup, Eddie.
We do.
We win the World Cup.
We do. We win the World Cup. It comes here next year as well.
So we'll
defend next year. So we'll win 2 World Cups in 2 years.
Yeah. No one really does that.
No one does that.
So that'll be nice. It's nice to lift a fucking trophy.
You know what I was reminded of this morning? I woke up, checked my phone, and I prepared myself for the worst. I always do. It's almost like a fucking self-preservation thing. It's just prepare yourself for the worst.
Yeah.
But then when I checked the score and I realised that we'd won, I was like, Edward, what are you preserving yourself for? This is cricket. We don't lose cricket. No. Ever. We're the best.
We're the best. Winners win.
We're the fucking best.
Yeah.
Look, every now and then we don't win, but we win generally.
Generally. We win more than we lose. It's like trending up.
Who's the most successful cricketing nation of all time? Who is it? It's us.
Australia.
There you go.
Exactly. So if there's an opportunity to win, we will. And
We love to
did.
win. It's winning, Eddie, and I've said this, in moments where the thick ropes need inspiration as well, but winning's habitual.
Yeah.
Winning's a habit.
Yeah.
And as a nation, we are in a habit of winning.
Yep.
More broadly.
100%. I'd also like to say this to our loser friends across the fucking Indian Ocean and the Atlantic, the Pacific, all the way over to England.
Losers.
You dickheads, you know, your Strausses and your fucking, what are those other lippy openers? Like,
Cook. He's not really lippy though.
no, the journalists. Anyway,
Warren, KP.
doesn't matter.
Fuck him.
Those lippy ex-players over there being like, oh, look, if England win this pool game, that's going to go a long way to
yeah.
sort of, you know, setting the tone for the Ashes. Okay, how's the tone now?
Yeah.
How's the tone now?
Just wanted to check the tone.
How's the tone now?
Just wanted to check in on the tone if possible.
How's that tone going? You can take your pool game and shove it up your ass because
Yeah.
we've just taken the fucking cup. How's that feel?
Yeah, how's that feel, mate?
Take your pool game win that no one cares about and that we didn't care about because it was like, it's a pool game.
It's a pool game, bro. Check the tone there.
That's why England suck at most things. They don't get it.
No.
They're like, oh, like, let's win the pool game and then we're like essentially champions. That's not how
That's
it works.
not how it works, you idiots.
You had to lie to win the only World Cup you've ever won.
Yeah.
New Zealand had more wickets than you. That is worth more than boundaries, which you made up on the spot because you had nothing else. Like, in the history of time, I reckon they'll take that.
I think they will. I think they take it away.
So essentially you have none. All you've got is a couple of pool game wins.
Yeah.
You have nothing of
Listen,
substance.
if there were trophies handed out for pool game wins, I'm sure that you'd be in the top 5.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, maybe you'd have a nice little cupboard of participation awards with little signs underneath saying World Cup pool win.
Yeah.
And you could take that home to your...
ICC T20 Men's Cricket World Cup pool win.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thrilling. But you know how we fuck down here? With the trophy, bro.
Yes, we fuck with the trophy. That's how we do it. It's just sorry to get the summer off on a great foot, England. Sincere apologies for getting the summer off on a great fucking foot.
Sorry about that.
Winning's
now,
habitual, dude.
I'm now, I'm feeling it. I'm tapped in. I'm getting the vibe. 5-0.
Really?
Yeah. 5-0.
Is that something? Is that like a smell thing for you, right? Are you smelling 5-0, or is it just it's in the air?
I can smell 5-0, mate. Australia, as a nation, hasn't had a great year, I think we could say, on the whole. We look to the summer of cricket with a lot of anticipation. We all did. We've just won the T20 World Cup. Did it on our ear. Pumped the Kiwis. Pumped everyone else.
Dude, the Kiwis are terrified of Australia in big cricket games.
That's exactly right.
What, like in games that matter of cricket,
Yep.
the Kiwis cannot beat Australia.
They can't, and they won't.
Have they ever beaten us in a game that matters? I actually don't think they have.
No.
We've
They can't.
never lost a game that matters to the Kiwis.
They can't, we won't. Look, you've got it over us in rugby, fair enough. Good for you. But we've got it over in your cricket. It's
Yeah,
as
it's
simple as
also
that.
summer, so who gives a fuck?
Exactly. But all I'm saying is, as a nation, we've been very much looking forward to this summer of cricket. We've already got one W, and now I'm like, can we be stopped? Can we be stopped?
No.
Absolutely not. If David Warner, put it this way, David Warner in good touch at the top of the order on fast Aussie tracks, good luck.
He's got his eye in.
If he goes out there and hits a ton off 60 balls, you can't win England.
No, you
it's
can't.
all over.
What do you do then? What do you do when
happens then? Because Labra's
Dave
after
goes
him, and then
large?
Smudge is after him, and then Marsh Jr.'s after him.
What now?
What?
There is
luck.
also Nick Maddinson of elegant and understated nose stud fame says that he is never been more ready to make a return to the test arena.
We haven't seen a whole lot of nose stud work in the test side.
No, it's usually been like a soul patch stud, which I think
we've talked about that.
Mitch
at length.
had, Pattinson I think had, maybe even Sids.
What do you make of the nose stud?
Look, dude, it's certainly an each to their own, the nose stud. If it works, if you're scoring runs, I love it. If you're not scoring runs for the nation,
Rip it out.
rip it out because it's becoming a problem.
Yeah.
It's becoming too much about the stud.
It was becoming all stud, no runs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Draw attention to yourself, but on your own terms, and those terms being weight of runs.
Weight of runs.
Not sparkly nose stud.
Exactly. If you are trying to get the selector's attention by wearing sparkly nose studs instead of scoring runs, I'd say to you that you have a very bad tactic, a very bad approach.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to work. Because the selectors won't be hoodwinked by a sparkly nose studs.
Nah, not with the Ashes on the line, Eddie. I just don't see that as... I don't see that.
I don't see it.
No, I don't see it.
But congratulations to Australia. Famous win.
Famous win. We're the World Cup champions. Winning's habitual. Winning is a habit. As a nation, we have a habit of winning.
We're great. We're too great. We're number one. We're the best.
New Zealand melt in the face of Australian might and power on the cricketing
Might and power.
field.
Might and power.
Might and power.
A great horse, but a great saying. Australia is the might and power of Test cricket.
Yeah.
We're like the far lap, really.
Yeah, we're far lap of cricket.
Oh, but it was a New Zealand horse. Bullshit.
No, it's not. Again, come
we know
on.
where far lap's heart lied.
Yeah.
Australia. She loved the nation. He loved the nation.
Yeah, he loved the nation.
He loved the nation. Ooh. But at the end of the day, we're the fucking best.
Yeah, we're the best.
So jam it.
Yeah.
Everyone else can get jammed.
Everyone else can get jammed.
Get jammed.
We're the best, get jammed.
We're the best, get jammed. We're the best.
Wait, we're the best, get jammed.
We're the best. We're the best. We're the best.
We are the best at T20 cricket. Get jammed.
Get jammed. We're the best.
And we're not number one day, is that?
Who gives a shit? We're the best. Get jammed.
Back to Ricky Thinger, because obviously we're getting Ricky on. In the comments, so we obviously got Ricky up there. We forgot to mention about how. So Ricky was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then we replied back to Ricky going like, all right, well, fuck, he's now talking to us directly. And instead of it's a date, just went, it's date. That was me.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not getting lumped with this, am I?
No. Well, I could have lumped Dave with it, in fairness, but that was me. And once I saw it, I was fucking furious at myself.
It's date. The punters and dribblers had a field day. On the punters and dribblers page.
They lit me up.
And rightly so.
Rightly so.
Did you get nervous?
No, I was hopping in the car to go get dinner. And then when I came back from dinner and I saw that fucking people started commenting going, when you're trying to fucking
Sushi on
respond.
Stanley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah. And I'm just hoping that, because you know, like sometimes you see those optical illusion like word things where it's like you read it 50 times, you don't realize there's like two the's in the sentence or some shit. I'm just hoping that it's date. If you just look at it, your brain just puts in the
We'll have to ask him. We'll have to ask him.
Yeah, okay. All right, I didn't really want to have it brought up, but yeah.
I think we'll have to ask him.
Did you realize that I had
I think we need to address the elephant in the room when we talk to him.
Yeah, it's true.
Because unlike, I know how you're trying to rely on optical illusions and shit. Ricky Ponting has incredible hand-eye coordination off the back of his incredible vision. He's seen it.
Yeah, he's probably
Whether you
noticed
like it or not.
He's probably noticed it, hasn't he?
Probably. He definitely has.
Yep.
He's 100% noticed it.
That was tough for me. That was unfortunate. I'm glad that most people might have missed it. But
Most people didn't miss it.
Well, that's true. Most people didn't. Well, I tell you what, even if you did miss it, the dribblers who screenshotted it and put posts up about it in the punters and dribblers page certainly ensured that
Even if you did miss it, you couldn't miss it.
No.
Is what you're trying to say.
I did want to point out, though, that I think that within the comments section of our, punter gloating was potentially, like we've been Na Bra'd a few times in our careers, but this potentially equal on the podium for Na Bra's all time. And our good friend Christian Welch, Eddie, of Melbourne Storm prop fame, of Queensland prop fame, he left a comment on the thingo being like, punter, huge, like great get, which was nice of him. You know what I mean? Nice of Christian. He's a friend of the show. So then I follow it up with you're next, bruh. And to which, I'm expecting him to be like, yeah, of course, man. Like anytime, let us know. You've just got Ricky Ponting on. And you know what fucking Christian Welch said back to us? Do you know, Eddie? Do you remember? Did you see it?
Yeah, he passed the bar.
He basically just he may as well just said no. Yeah, he goes, it's not fucking, it's cricket season. Ask this guy. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
Christian
that
Welch.
hurts.
What the fuck,
What
dude?
the fuck, Christian?
What the fuck?
Thought we were pals.
I thought we were cool, man.
He's not forgiven us clearly for the bet we put on the.
Well, yeah, he still owes us for that fucking bet.
and he knows it.
Yeah.
He's trying to like.
Trying to nah bra us for fucking. It's like,
Can't
mate.
nah your way out. Of,
You can't nah bra your way out of a bet.
out of a bet you lost.
Yeah,
Christian.
we
That's
beat
what I
you
would
in
say.
Origin bet, but like you know, oh yeah, come on. He's got nah, not cricket season.
He's upset.
Yeah.
Like we lost in the preliminary final, sure, but so did he.
Yeah.
But we won Origins, so
we've had a better year.
And like he's upset about that.
Yeah. You and I have had a better year football wise than
And
Christian Welch.
has, and he knows it.
He does. And that's
and he
why
lost a bet. So it's
yeah.
even worse.
Yeah. So he's
trying to nah bra his way out of being the beater.
yeah.
essentially.
So just to recap on how we've had a better football season than Christian Welch. We both bowed out in the preliminary final, so that's
Correct.
even.
Yep, that's even. That's even, Steve.
That's even Stevens. We won Origin. That's a point to us.
Yep.
We won our Tommy Turbo Origin Game 1 bet. That's another point to us.
2-0.
We won the Origin bet with Christian Welch. That's 4-0. Tommy also,
3-0.
no, because we won Origin and we won the Origin bet with him. So it's 4-0. Tommy also got Dally M.
5-0. It's 5-0.
It's
Well,
5-0.
I mean, for Welch, you've got the equal longest winning streak. You've got minor premiership.
Hang on. Did you say equal longest?
Yes.
So not the longest.
No, not
Okay,
the
so keep going.
Okay, yeah.
That doesn't
right,
count.
Right.
And what else?
Minor premiership.
Is that do they give rings out for that?
I didn't even know they counted that.
Do they give rings out for that?
Do you know what losers
It's
do?
a big fuck off.
Do you know what losers do?
What?
Oh, we won the minor premiership.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember?
No.
Who won the
you know-
minor premiership in 2003?
Roosters.
Did they?
I don't think he knows. He's just throwing it, mate.
Oh no, the Bulldogs did.
No, did they, Dave?
Okay.
They actually did. It
okay.
was the year after the salary.
Okay.
But who won the 2003 premiership?
I can't even remember.
There you go.
Oh,
you don't
you
even
don't,
know.
so you know nothing.
You know nothing. No.
So I'm sorry I asked.
Dave was in Crash.
Yeah, you weren't born. I forgot.
No. So
Point is this: Christian Welch, he's trying to nah bra his way out of having a fucking 0-5 season put on him by the champs.
yeah.
Us.
And he's a friend. This is no disrespect, but like he nah-bra'd the fuck out of us in the comments, and I was like, well, this has to be addressed.
And it was addressed
Yeah.
just then.
Yeah, just then.
Addressed in full.
Because and basically for next year he owes us tickets to Origin to sit with his parents, and basically where he says wear neutral colours, but I'm fucking not. I'll have a blue jumper on underneath my neutral colours.
I would like for us, I think. Where's game 3, Suncorp? You and I in the crowd wearing our blue.
Yeah.
In like the heart of Maroon territory.
Yeah.
Just fucking giving out lip.
Giving
We
out-
would have already won the Shield by then. It'd be 2-0.
It'll be 2-0, so we'll have lip to give. We'll have spare lip to hand
Yeah,
out.
plenty of spare lip. Anyway, up to you, Christian. Be the bigger man, better man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to come on Bored to Death with Dio Dave, where you'll be treated well and be recognized.
Yeah, get a
for
bunch
your
of soft
achievements.
questions.
Yeah.
Dave's going to ask you about fucking Antifa. You're going to have to bloody, I don't know. It's going to be like an AOC appreciation podcast.
Nah. It'll just be talking about how we beat Manly like twice last season, or maybe 3 times. I can't remember. There was just
On your
so
way
many
to not
victories.
making the grand final with us.
Sure.
On Christian's way to not winning anything.
Yeah. We had a better footballing year than Christian. And that's no
Wow.
disrespect. We love Christian. But,
what titles or trophies did Manly win?
well, titles or trophies, that's a specific question, right? Is that the only way that you're determining the success of a year?
Well, Tommy Turbo won the Dally M, which
Dally
means we won
M.
the Dally M. But more importantly than any
Origin.
of that, we won Origin. So back in the
Origin,
box.
Dally M, and because we had a better footballing season, Eddie and I, so we can put in many factors.
The JJ Gilman Shield, the minor premiership shield, is a lot bigger than the State of Origin Shield and the Dally M medal.
Oh
together,
my
so-
God! You're not honestly trying to say that the minor premiership shield's more important than the State of Origin?
'Cause
Shield?
it's
I'm
bigger?
just saying it's more impressive.
Because it's bigger.
That is
Oh,
the
yeah.
lamest,
It's a lot bigger
lamest
than that.
fucking thing I've
Yeah.
ever. That is so lame.
I don't know that he's ever seen the Ashes urn.
Yeah. The Ashes urn. You
Fuck,
can put the
alright.
Ashes urn in your
Okay.
pocket.
Yeah,
It's the most revered trophy in world
Oi,
sport.
JJ Gilton Shields, huge man.
That was so lame.
Oh God,
that
dude.
puts it all in context.
Yeah.
Dave trying to argue the minor premiership shield's better than the State of Origin shield is as lame as it is ever going to get.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, that's tough.
That's so tough.
That's tough. We might have to cancel Dave for that.
That's the sort of rhetoric you can expect in Bored to Death.
Yeah. When's that coming out, Dave?
Once I finish my uni term in
Yeah, right.
Which is when?
November 22nd.
Dude, your uni term is so long. We used to be done by like the end, like middle of October.
I don't know whether it's because Dave tries harder than I did at university, but he just always seems to be at university or doing university.
Well, I am doing a master's degree, which is a
There
bit
you go. That's
harder.
Shouldn't that
definitely
be easier?
Masters. I wouldn't have thought that'd be easier. Good point. Way easier.
Yeah, way easier.
Shout out to Christian Welch, who
Shout out to us for having a great season.
shout out to us having the best season or a better season than Christian.
Yeah.
I was interested to know what you thought about the video of Conor McGregor pacing past the TV while Max Holloway was like,
Yeah, I thought it was lame. Thought it was really lame.
yeah.
Thought it was lame for a couple of reasons. A, you're not going to go back down to featherweight. Conor.
For starters.
You're not going. He's not going to.
No.
There's just absolutely
Max
no
could
way.
come up, but
Yeah, but like, I mean, maybe he will. It'd be nice if he did, but I don't think so. I'm just like, it's all looking so lame now and orchestrated. Like, obviously, it's orchestrated, but there was something about this orchestration where he's appears to be pretending to be the guy Max is fighting.
Yes.
So when they're showing Max, you know, in the ring ready for the fight, it's kind of pacing around.
his
as if
living room
he's-
that he set up a camera for.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to push out his chest like he's a fucking weapon.
Yeah.
And like intensely walking past the TV. I was like, this is Magoo, dude.
Yeah, dude.
What he does well is, Conor, obviously we know this, but like keeps himself in the conversation with multiple fucking people. So it's almost like, even though he's not winning, he's hyping up these fights. He's fucking hyping up all of his options. So like he's talking shit about Kamaru, and him and Kamaru going back and forth on Twitter. He fucking goes back and forth with Masvidal on Twitter. They talk shit with each other. Does the same thing with fucking Holloway. Nate Diaz is obviously still there. Like, it's not about like the titles and stuff. So it's like, it's in the sense of keeping yourself in the conversation, it was very well done. But in terms of what it was so lame.
Oh, man, he's good at talking about it. He's good at hyping it up. But there's a difference, and I can't help but compare this Conor with the old Conor because...
Well, you have to.
Why wouldn't I? And the old Conor was a great hype merchant as well, but in a different way. In like a funny, rat bag, cheeky, fucking clever, sort of cunning way.
Yeah.
Whereas this new one's like fabricated, sort of
It doesn't feel authentic.
No, it doesn't feel authentic at all. It doesn't feel authentic at all. And the last couple of fights I've seen, I'm just like, meh.
Meh.
Like, it's meh. You know what I mean?
Well, his shit talks is meh as fuck.
It's all meh.
Meh.
It's all meh,
Yeah. Plus he's got a broken leg.
Exactly. Like, how far away is he from returning? Ages.
I didn't get to see the Holloway Yair Rodriguez fight, but it looked like a motherfucker.
Well, Dana White said it was one of the best fights he's ever seen. I haven't seen any highlights.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that. They look like they beat the fuck out of each other.
You see Holloway, like, fucking talking to him in the...
In the ambulance. You see that, like, you just see these...
Holloway's an animal.
Yeah. Dude, never been knocked down.
Crazy.
Never been knocked down. That's wild, dude. And he's taken some fucking significant... I think he might actually have taken the most significant strikes of anyone.
He's taken and given.
I think he's given, I think definitely. Taken, I think also. I don't know whether that's like because he's had a lot of fights or because as a percentage of like per fights, he still just managed to take them. But I'm pretty sure he's taken the most significant strikes as well.
Jesus Christ. He's fought a lot of times.
Fuck loads of times, but to never get knocked down, you're like, Jesus
And
Christ.
he's taken the most significant strikes and never been knocked down.
Yeah. That's a Dior, but I think so.
That is outrageous. That is absolutely outrageous.
But just like the and it's not like we haven't been watching fucking MMA for a long time, but just like you see these guys sitting in like the ambulance, all buddy after the fight, just having kicked the shit out of each other. You're just like, this is fuck that as a job.
Not for me.
Not for me.
I'm not cut from that cloth, Tom.
No.
I'm just not.
I am not cut from that cloth. Oh, fuck, dude. I've been up. Daddy's
Been up all night?
Daddy's been up.
Up all night?
Babies, the whole family in the one bed. Fucking.
How much sleep do you reckon you had?
It's been just very broken, so I haven't had like bankable hours. It's been like, what time did Evie come in? Like 1. So I was in bed by maybe 10:30, 11.
Up at 1.
Up at 1. Then Zoe, newborn, baby. Evie didn't do this, but just like loud, grumbly, farty, fucking, just sounds like a little, like one of those like old cars that just like chugs and farts and splurts and pops and fucking. So she's doing that all night. And then Evie came in. Evie had a nightmare, probably her first real nightmare. And we had to like calm her down in the bed and then get her to go to sleep. And then her nappy leaked. So we wake up at 3 and she's fucking pissed the bed basically.
Oh my God.
But largely contained to her little sleep suit. So it wasn't on we didn't have to change bed sheets, but she's soaking in wee, her fucking pajamas and everything. Was like getting out, like having to find new pajamas. And you're just so tired. But again, we're still lucky. I don't think it's not like we're fucking as sleep deprived. It's almost because we're so lucky you get these moments where it's not perfect and then you're like, dude, this is so hard.
Well, good for you, mate. I slept like a fucking baby last night.
Yeah.
Probably not the right term.
Slept like a baby. Well, it isn't the right term, dude. It's not. Slept like a baby.
I don't know why people
dumb
say
fucking
that.
term.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. Babies
I slept
don't-
like me.
Yeah.
One of the great sleepers of all time.
Like a hungover adult.
Like a log.
I could sleep with the nation, I reckon.
I can, or I could. I used to be great at sleep.
I'm one of the great sleepers of all time.
I'm
asleep in like a minute, sometimes less.
Really?
Bang.
How?
Don't know. My old man reckons he gave it to me. Shout out to my old man.
Your old man, Chili Boy, reckons he's given you a bunch. Well, he's certainly given you.
He's given me a great immune system and he's given me
system.
a great ability to sleep. That's what he's given me.
But he's also passed on the inability to float in water.
Yes, correct. No natural buoyancy.
No.
Keeps me very low in the water, which makes it hard to move.
Did he give you an appreciation for jams? Did he really pass that on or not really? We haven't had a jam fucking review from the old boy for a while.
Well, I'll get a couple over. I'll get it. You know what I'll do? I'll get a couple over the holiday break.
Yeah, get some really nice jams.
I'll bank some up. He passed on his love for the rain. I love rain now.
He's passed on love for the rain.
Yep. Jams. He's like yes and no. Like I can appreciate a good jam. He's like a marmalade man as well and shit, which I've never really vibed with.
I'm not a marmalade man.
Can I be honest though about marmalade? I probably haven't given marmalade the time of day.
I've given it a time of a day, but I haven't gone back.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a bit bitter from memory. I can't remember though. Jams though. Jams are good.
But he loves fruitcake and shit. I don't like fruitcake.
Fuck fruitcake.
Yeah, he's like a big fruitcake guy. Like
right.
loves fruitcake.
I fucking despise
I
fruitcake.
know. I'm like, you're a sicko, dude. What's all this fruitcake about? And he just can't get enough of it. Puts on the kettle, cup of tea, bit of fruitcake.
City.
Yeah. And he just wants it. He just thinks it's so bizarre that we don't like fruitcake. Like he thinks it's the weirdest thing of all time. When he's with his siblings, they all sit down and put the kettle on and fucking yarn and eat fruitcake.
They all love it, do
love
they?
it,
It's a
mate.
family
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I'm glad you've been able to break the cycle. Do any of your siblings like it?
No.
Yeah,
I
no one
hate
does.
it.
It's fucking. It's
It's
just.
disgusting. It's too rich. And there's too much fruit in it. and
It's
shit.
too much fruit and fruitcake.
There's way too much fruit in fruitcake.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like the cake without the fruit.
No,
either.
the cake's not good enough.
I'm not liking the fruit in the cake. I'm not liking the cake without the fruit. I'm not liking any of it.
No.
But he thinks it's the fucking best thing since bloody sliced bread. He gets a big fruit cake every year from my grandma and loves it. And I'm like, bro, I'm not helping you.
Yeah,
with that.
you can have that all to yourself.
Not I, said the fly.
Does he still?
But he
Like-
can sleep.
But will he give you like if you had has he come to you recently with some jams? Like, you know, he's been like, bruh, had me a jam recently.
No, he hasn't.
He's
No.
COVID's fucking put a big halt on his jam consumption, or at least his jam research.
Well, I think probably jam research. I think it's slowed us all up.
Yeah, it has.
You know, and the jam connoisseurs of this nation weren't, you know, without being affected either.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's
We're all
affected us all.
affected.
We're all affected.
We're all affected.
Yeah. We're all in this together.
We are. But now we're out of it.
Now we're out of it and fucking back to jam.
Off we go. But yeah, I can sleep. Ooh, baby, believe that.
Oh, I believe it. Eddie, it's important for us to take a moment in today's podcast to just send our warmest regards and thanks to what can only be described as the greatest Cade of all time, Cade Cust.
Of Cust fame.
Of
Cade
fucking,
fame, rather.
you know, yeah, of every rugby league team worth its salt needs a Cade. He's gone and signed with Wigan or St Helens. I think it's Wigan, maybe, but like Super League. Obviously,
going to win a Man of Steel.
well, at least one or two Man of Steels from Cade, I'd say. Still only 23. I'm disappointed he's going.
Tom, when you sent me the article, I'm not going to lie to the punter and the dribbler. I was shocked. I was shocked. I was then dismayed.
Yep.
I was then upset.
Yep.
And now I'm melancholy.
Yeah, trying to come to terms with it, trying to make sense of it.
I've said this. You've said this. We've said this. What is a rugby league side without a Cade? It's Cadeless.
Yeah,
is
it's
what it
Cadeless.
is. And when times are tough, when the chips are down, turn to Cade, look to Cade, trust in Cade. I thought, at least from my mind, Tom, from where I'm sitting, Cade had been delivering.
I don't think Cade's had a bad game. Every time he came in, he did a job. He scored 9 tries in 20-something NRL games. He's a promising young halfback. I don't know whether this is correct. I read it in a Dribbler's comments, which is never a good place to find information. But that he, like Manly, have the option for him to return, like when he goes over 2 years, and then it's like he has to come back to Manly if he comes back, or they get first dibs at him. Because they gave him an early release.
So is this their way of being like, go over, win 2 Man of Steels, come back?
Come back, and then you're like, I mean, you think 2 years away from Cherry Evans, who I had a yarn to actually last week. Cherry Evans, shout out Daly, good friend now. But a couple of years' time, Cherry Evans probably either retired or about to retire. Cade comes back at 25, 2 Man of Steels under the belt. We've also
two comps.
2 comps. We've got Manasi Finau's younger brother, of which there are 4.
Latu?
I think so.
No, last week just signed for someone else.
No. I don't think he did.
I think that all 4 of them in the Manly system.
I don't think he did. I think he signed a 6-figure deal. Yeah, Latu signed a 6-figure deal with Manly.
Yeah.
6 figures, 7 figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 16.
16 years old.
16, 4-year deal worth $1 million. What the fuck does that tell you about Latu's promising career?
Yeah. We're on one
He must be
here.
a motherfucker.
Yep.
He's been carving it up in SG Ball and Harold Matts and all that shit.
Oh, he's a nice boy as well. Good fine stock. He says, as for what he wants to do with the money, he said, I want to buy mum a house. To be able to do that would
There
be a
you
dream
go.
There
come
you
true.
go.
There
That's
you
what it's
go.
all about. That's what it's all about. Apparently, he is a very promising half. Tom.
Yeah.
Again, we're grooming for the future.
Bruh, can you
Unlike
imagine?
other clubs, Tom, unlike other clubs that don't have plans in place for when their throbbers retire or, you know, go to other pastures, Manly does.
Yeah.
We've got a Cade in the back pocket.
Yeah.
If you believe the dribbler's comments. You got a Latu Fanu, I hope I pronounced that correctly, who is promising as fucking promising gets.
Yeah.
We're building.
We're building. But also, family club, Eddie. We're going to have fucking, 3 turbos, 2 to 4 fine hours. The whole fucking side's going to be siblings.
Yeah. You can rely on family.
You can, dude.
Blood's thicker than water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And blood and oil don't mix.
No, they don't. Not relevant, but
Well, it's fucking worth
it's a
mentioning.
fact.
It's worth mentioning.
Well, it is worth mentioning.
But blood is thicker than water.
Much thicker.
Much thicker.
Much thicker.
Yeah.
So what we're saying in a roundabout way is Manly will dominate the next decade.
Yes.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
That's what we know to be true.
Yeah.
Because blood's thicker than water.
Well, because what do you have if you don't have family?
Nothing. Who can you rely on when the chips are down?
Family.
What's the strongest bond in this world?
Family.
So, Manly investing in what we know that works. Family bonds.
Also, shout out to the T1 himself, Tommy Turbo, papped all throughout Manly in his Beer Soon shirt.
Papped to within an inch of his life.
Yeah. Fashion icon now as well. So obviously Dally M.
medalist, fashion
icon.
Obviously hogged up.
Hog's Breath Cafe. But yeah, nice to see that. Tommy getting around, punters and dribblers. Oh, so...
He looked great. God, he looked good.
Look, I love the fucking... There was a video on YouTube yesterday that was... So not YouTube, on the fucking punters and dribblers page. One of the funniest things I've ever seen. Not something that you necessarily... Like, it was just basically dribblers going up to another dribbler in a fucking Beer Soon shirt.
Oh my God, mate. That's what you sent me that last night.
Yeah.
That was the best thing I've ever seen.
That was fucking funny. Now, the guy got absolutely roasted because he didn't fucking come on him back.
I'm happy to give that dribbler a right of reply, to call up the dribbler hotline and talk us through his decision, because it's a bold
to not return the come on.
It's a bold one. You've got another fellow dribbler in his Beer Soon shirt. Now, maybe he's had 50 or 60 beers and maybe he's been a bit annoying.
Yes.
But the least you can do is return a come on.
I think, but also... Because
and then go on with your day.
You just need to go, come on. Like, you just need to return the come on.
That's all you need to do.
You don't need to, if he's coming in pissed as a fart, you don't have to meet his intensity.
No.
Or her intensity. You just got to return the come on. If they keep hounding you and they want to just multiple come ons, then sure.
No. You only have to give
one. You
one.
only have to give one come on. But
you're
a come
only
on,
obligated to give one.
Yeah.
And they're not rules set by Tom and I. That's set by Leighton himself.
Yeah.
That's come straight from the top.
Yeah.
You only have to counter with one come on.
Yeah.
And I didn't see one.
It did nothing. He just looked at him.
Now, if he had flicked it back, and even if he just come on, like that's all he needed to do, just just a little something. I would have been happy with that. That would have been all right.
Yeah.
I would have liked a bellowing one.
The way the guys were just like so shit faced, and they were getting dragged out of the pub for it as well.
Yeah.
Like just ridiculous.
I wonder if they'd come on him before that.
That's what you don't know with videos like that. We don't have context. Because he could have already...
He might have already returned the come on.
He might have already returned. A guy threw a come on at me while he was jogging the other day. I was impressed by that.
I got come on the other day at the beach. No shit. North Curly. Bang. Come on. Shout out to that bloke.
Someone come on you.
Yeah. I got come on, yeah. It was great. I loved it.
Oh, God. But yeah, that video fucking, that's where you just responded back to me, just going, what have we built? What have we built? These guys just getting fucking dragged out of the pub, coming on some poor bastard there with his missus and shit.
He looked like he was by himself.
I thought he was there with like, in like a setting that wasn't necessarily one where you want to start throwing up wild come-ons to drunk bastards who are like screaming at you.
Yeah. But you can do a subtle ones.
You can do subtle come-ons, exactly.
But also, I need to give the benefit of the doubt to that bloke because he might have already come on.
Yeah, and those guys looked hammered and they were getting dragged out.
They were fucking blind, drunk, and they looked like they were, angling for maybe multiple come-ons.
Yeah, they were trying to get...
Or they wanted a come-on of substance.
Yeah.
Maybe this bloke's with his parents. Who knows? Context is everything. We didn't have it.
But the video was good.
The video was great.
Shout out to Cade Cast. Shout out to Tommy Turbo. Shout out to the Beer Soon shirts. Shout out.
But more importantly, just on behalf of the podcast, on behalf of the show, on behalf of Shane Keith Productions, a sincere thank you, I think, to Cade.
Yes.
For all his
services. Thank you.
Not only to the Manly Warringah Seagulls, Tom, but to Cade's everywhere.
To Cade's everywhere. The greatest Cade of all time. Without a doubt, the greatest Cade of all time.
Best Cade I've seen.
Yeah. There's no Cade that comes close in my mind.
No, not to Cade Cast.
Time to dribble.
Hey, boys. Just want to jump on the chat about needing good-looking actor and good-looking actress to go together to make a good rom-com. Now, I kind of agree, but would you believe that the better-looking the bird would make an uglier bloke look better? Does the girl raise the value of the guy? And if that is true, does that explain why everyone thinks Eddie's so good-looking? Because his missus is a weapon, but Eddie's just not all that? Let me know.
Shit. He's
had a crack.
He's had a crack, hasn't he? He mastered as like a rom-com chat, but he was fucking...
It was actually, there was a reason he was coming in hard.
That was coming for you.
Yeah, it was coming for me.
I don't think that the attractiveness of... From a rom-com standpoint, the attractiveness of the woman doesn't change the attractiveness
What
of the
he's
guy.
trying to do, this bloke, is use like the cheerleader effect, I think
Yeah.
it's called, where like if you've got a group of women, they all bring each other up. That's the theory anyway. I don't think you can apply that theory to... the male actor when the female's hot. I think that generally speaking, they get hot guys, and maybe they're not like Brad Pitt hot all the time, but they've got something about them, like they've got a suaveness or a confidence, or like, because there's multiple versions of attractiveness.
Yes, exactly.
Like if you're
in the same way you can have like a supermodel, or you can have a 500 Days of Summer quirky Zooey Deschanel.
100%, 100%, bro, 100%. But they have an attractiveness to them.
Yeah. Like it or not, they are appealing visually. And when the guy isn't, it
doesn't work.
It doesn't work. I would say that maybe in real life, if a guy's with a fucking absolute smoke show and they aren't as good, I'm not saying this is you, Eddie, I'm just saying because he brought you into it.
He did.
That could potentially raise the perceived attractiveness of the man because people are going, he must have something about him.
Well, I think...
How the fuck do you get hurt?
Well, I think people instantly, look below the belt.
Well, they could assume big hog, but some of the biggest, it could be hog related, which certainly, but it might from a male perspective say where the penis isn't necessarily, not that it's, what I'm trying to work out here is like whether you go, oh, he must have a bit about him for her to waste her time with him. Obviously, penis, one of those factors, but more like the...
No, you just say he's got a bit... He's obviously got like
what's he got?
Chat.
What's he got about him? What is it that I don't know? Because if you're just going on the face value, they shouldn't be together. Is what this guy's saying about you. I'm not saying that's about you. You hear me?
People generally speaking go, and this is just the truth, they go, he must be loaded or he's hogged up. Yep. That's the first two things people say. Or he's got great chat. It's probably that in that order.
Yep. Loaded, hogged up, great chat.
Yeah.
Would be the three first things people say.
If you're like really unattractive and you're with a fucking smoke show.
Yes.
That's what they think.
And rightly or wrongly,
I'm just telling you what they think.
Yeah.
That's what people think.
That's what people say.
That's what people say. Yeah. That's exactly what they say.
Which is, it's sad. Really, they should be going, is he good personality?
100%. It should be inverted.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be about money, ladies.
Or hogs or fucking chat.
We're not all hogged up.
No.
You know what I mean?
That's just not a realistic, expectation.
That's right. Not everyone's got fucking 12 inches.
No. Which to me seems like it'd be more of a burden. 12?
What's like short, like what's the max? Like
before it becomes like problematic?
Yeah. 8? 9?
I think probably Goldilocks zone.
8? What's that? What's 20 centimeters?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. It'd be interesting to know what the Goldilocks zone is from a female perspective. Because it's all well and good for us to talk Goldilocks zone, but I mean, I'm not.
No, we've got no idea.
I don't know.
Do you want to guess which country has the longest average penis size?
Someone was saying this.
And also not just that, but percentage of their height is also the biggest as well, which is how this website...
Oh, like Scandies?
I'm going to say Brazil.
Norway or something?
What did you say?
Brazil.
You're close. It's South American.
Really?
The first three, Ecuador, Bolivia, and Cameroon. Cameroon, not South American.
No, it's not.
And then Sudan.
Okay. So the South Americans hog.
But this is by percentage of height.
Are they going around asking people?
What do you mean by percentage of height? What does that mean?
So they've got average height of a person,
yes,
and average erect length penis size, and then divided that by that.
Right. But who has the largest?
Also Ecuador.
Okay, Ecuador's number one in both.
Yeah.
What's the
wow.
average?
It ranges between 10 and 17 centimeters.
I thought you were going to say
10?
This is erect length.
10's?
I don't know my inches and fucking centimeters, the translation.
Okay, well, there you go. Ecuador's the
Ecuador's hogged up.
They're number one. They're hogged up.
Congratulations to Ecuador.
Didn't think I'd learn that today.
No, but you never know, when you come
But
in.
learnt it we have.
We have. And onward we will move. Great start.
Great start to the dribbles.
Fucking hell, boys. That was a very long fucking intro. Anyway, we've got a quick one for you. The best international rugby players to wear fucking fingerless gloves of all time. We've got a little list compiled here in the old...
Serial offenders, we have Nathan Sharp, Rocky Elsom, George Smith, Sterling Mortlock, Gitto, Chris Latham, Wendell Saylor, Brian O'Driscoll, and Aaron Smith.
Brian O'Driscoll.
Can you boys add to that list? And if not, fuck you, Dior.
Yeah, we'd love a couple of additions, a couple of outswingers. Who knows? Maybe a couple of in-swingers. Who knows? Maybe one of both. And also, I just want to know how much biltong do South Africans eat. Thanks, boys.
Couple of things.
Yeah.
The people they've just named on that list of fingerless gloves fame, all pretty handy footballers.
They were. I don't know if they... I feel like they've named them all.
But now I'm starting to think, where have the fingerless gloves gone?
Look, the fingerless gloves were
And-
very 2003.
If they were to come back, would that change our fortunes?
Would that be the worst
Or are
thing?
they part of that era, never to return?
Yeah, I think the fingerless... I don't know what became of the fingerless glove, Dave. Maybe that's something for you to find out. But there was... I remember wearing fingerless gloves playing footy when I was like 14 because that was what everyone was doing. I don't know that they provide much fucking help. I certainly didn't notice any real tangible benefit. Now, I was 14, so...
Is it illegal to wear gloves with fingers?
I would say... Oh, as in like fingers covered?
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I mean...
You never see it, really.
No, you don't. You don't.
They haven't outlawed fingerless gloves. I'll check on fingered gloves in a second. It's kind of just saying here that they've gone out of fashion. That, a few comments saying you would only wear them if you were really good. Otherwise, you look like an idiot.
Yes, that was the...
Other people saying it was a dead giveaway if your hands were in the ruck. If you were wearing gloves, it was easy to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, Dave, in a roundabout ways, we don't see fingerless gloves anymore because we haven't produced so many good football.
Ooh, also the uptake of spray. Of sticky spray.
Sticky spray.
It mustn't have been invented yet.
That might be it. Sticky
could be
spray,
it.
not
Sticky spray.
not doing its work.
That would make sense.
That would. Easier than wearing gloves.
Well, you just think about, like, could he have gone to another level in the fingerless glove?
Fingerless gloves. I tell you what, Rocky Elsom was he was probably one of my all-time favourite players, Rocky Elsom. And, I mean, that man never not in fingerless gloves. He'd be wearing them now, I'd assume.
Oh, he wears them, yeah. In his
Just
corporate life, he wears them.
Yeah. Down at Mr. Wong's. Anyway, great question. I don't have any more to add, though.
No, other than great dribble.
Great dribble.
On we go.
Tom, Eddie, Dior, punters, and dribblers. It's the Wharfie dribbler here. Just got a bit of a brushes with T1 and a high court complaint here. Just been at Wharf Bar and had to wait in line with Tom Travojevic. The fuck is he doing at Wharf Bar waiting in line? Wharf Bar, beers soon. Manly never. Blues forever. Australia as well. See you soon.
Because he's a man of the people.
He's a man of the people. Tommy Turbo, not a oi, gimme fucking shortcuts, gimme preferential treatment. He's a man.
How's
I'll
that
wait
make
with
you
everyone.
feel, Dior?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
When the Dally M medalist, the best footballer on the planet, still lines up with the people.
Well, it's understandable he can line up because he's only carrying something light like the Dally M medal. If I've got the JJ Gilman shield, which is really heavy, I can't stand in line.
You don't have anything. You got nothing. So you there's no issue, to be honest.
Well, maybe
You have nothing.
You don't have anything.
Maybe that his status at Wharf Bar just isn't as high as my status at Beach Road Hotel.
Do you think that's likely?
Sheesh.
Do you think
don't
that's
know.
likely?
Sheesh. I can't wait till you're back there next.
You think that's likely or unlikely?
I
think
look,
that's unlikely.
if I was hazarding a guess, it'd be unlikely.
If I had to guess. But that's why, because he's a man of the people.
Yeah. Dave, not a man of the people.
So do you see what we're saying? Do you see the difference? One is, one isn't. One is,
One is it?
one isn't. On we go.
Hey, boys. And D or Dave, you fuckhead.
No, I love you, D.O. Dave. Get us on the board.
Anyway, we were just wondering
It was
if
not.
you were to pick the king of the Australian wildlife, would you be voting for the humble kookaburra of
Nabil fame.
of noble fame, or
On the crest fame.
of on the crest fame of? No, it's not on the crest, but yeah, but it's a fucking cricket bat. But
And a ball.
we were just wondering if you had to pick one, what would it be? And if you pick a kangaroo, why are you such a fucking low-life scum? We're thinking kookaburra is the king, maybe a wombat second place, like platypus third.
Emu and kangaroo.
Yeah, emu and kangaroo, even though they're on the coat of arms, they're
Kangaroo's got it.
yeah, like no, kangaroo's more roadkill. It's roadkill fame. But we're just after your honest opinion, like everyone seems to love the kookaburra. Like it looks good, it presents itself well.
It's a noble top 5 Australian wildlife.
Like
We're asking.
we're just after your top 5 Australian wildlife.
But native to Australia.
Yeah, native. You can't be getting the fucking African like shit. You can't get Southeast Asia.
We understand how native works,
Thanks,
fellas.
Yeah.
Thank you. boys.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Tom,
guys.
Eddie, and Dijon Mustard,
I love
David.
Dijon mustard, Dave.
Look, I gotta be honest with you. I think kookaburras are great. Kookaburras are sick, but wedge-tail eagles are the biggest predator in the skies in the world.
Are they really?
They're fucking massive.
Are they the biggest? Are they the biggest predator of the sky?
Dior, back me up.
I would say this, and it's to counter your wedge-tailed eagle, which might be fucking huge, which I will see in a second when Dave gets it up. But the kookaburra, for me, is the king. It's the number one bird on the earth. Wedge-tailed eagle is just a new spin on an old classic. Like, it's an eagle. Sure, you're big and you're a predator. The kookaburra,
Got something about it.
it's got something about it. They're cool. They're fucking. They're dribblers. They're yarners.
They're dribblers.
You know what I mean? The kookaburra, bloody, just the sound of it is dribbly.
They love a giggle.
They love a giggle. They're a good-looking bird. They can also be like domesticated to like, you know, you can
Mate,
get on
there's-
with a kookaburra.
Mate, there's a kookaburra fucking that's flying around the umbrellas at the moment that'll eat food out of your mouth.
That's what I mean.
It doesn't give a fuck.
Out of your mouth.
Like it's like Grace the other day was eating something, flew up, bang.
You got to respect that.
I respect that. I respect the fucking shit out of that.
Kookaburra is probably my favorite bird.
They're great birds.
They're great birds.
I've been seeing shitloads of them around at the moment.
I'd think you'd put a platypus above a wombat, and that's no disrespect to the wombat, but the platypus, a bizarre
well, the
animal.
platypus is different.
Yes.
They're a montronome, are they?
Monotreme.
Monotreme, them and the echidna, doing weirdness well.
Yeah.
I think you got to respect
You
that.
got to respect an animal doing weirdness well.
You got to
The
respect.
echidna, unfortunately, victim to the prevalence or at least the existence of the porcupine. So you're not as fucking red hot as you think you are, unfortunately. So that's why the platypus.
Platypus is different.
Yeah, platypus is a duck and a fucking and a possum
I think
that
Bit of-
swims in the water.
bit of a dark horse here. Well, firstly, the wedge-tailed eagle, largest bird of prey in Australia and one of the largest eagles. And I always see
Not
these
the
photos comparing it to the
What's the largest?
to the American eagle.
The American eagle's like
it's a pussy compared
tenth
to
of the
wedge-tailed
size.
eagle. Yeah,
Oh, so the American eagle's a pussy.
yeah.
like a disgrace.
compared to the wedge-tailed.
Like embarrassing.
The Philippine eagle is the largest in terms of length and wingspan.
Let's get some pictures of these eagles up, Dave.
But what's the gnarliest? Have to be the wedge tail. They pick up lambs and shit. They don't give a fuck.
Really?
Yeah. They pick up lambs and drop them.
Holy shit, dude! They look sinister.
This is the Philippine eagle. This one.
Wow, that thing's fucking huge.
I was gonna say, while we're on birds, I think the gnarliest Australian animal for sure is the cassowary.
Cassowaries are fucking.
I tell you what a gnarly as well, which fly under the radar, goannas.
Yep.
Goannas are huge, bro.
But then again, they aren't Komodos.
No, they're not.
So that's why, unfortunately, they get done. But they are big. They're fucking big. And they get around.
Yeah, and they climb trees.
Look at the
and
size
shit.
of that thing.
On the wall of a house. That's the shit where you're like...
Like, goannas are no joke.
No, they're not. They're not. They're serious dinosaurs.
They're massive. Crocs, obviously.
Crocs.
Huge. The dingo.
Don't mind the dingo.
Oft-forgotten.
Yep.
Oft-forgotten
dingo. The pooch of the desert.
The pooch of the desert, mate.
Desert pooch.
Now, like, sort of been bred, and, you know, there's a bit of dingo in the Kelpie now, which is a great Aussie dog.
It is a great Aussie dog. You can domesticate a dingo as well. I don't want anyone to say otherwise. You get a pup, you're good to go. It's basically just dogs that we've let get out of hand.
Yeah, that's right. Look, we'd be forgetting stuff, obviously.
Of course.
There's other great things out there.
Can you get the cassowary up, Dave? Because they're fucking... I think
those are fucking
do they
dinosaurs.
kill people?
Yeah. Like, if you want to check out how they're dinosaurs, check out their feet.
Yeah. Look at those things, dude.
Cassowaries.
Yeah, like they'll fuck you up.
And I think they've got, like, the most powerful kick out of any animal.
Fair
on
income.
Earth.
Love that for the cassowary. Whoa, what's up? Why are the cassowaries the world's most dangerous bird? Oh, so cassowary is not to be fucked with.
No, not to be fucked with, dude.
Like, head for the hills.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. The emus are pretty sick.
Emus are, emus.
You got to respect the emu.
I respect the fucking hell out of an emu.
Yeah, 2019, some dude in the USA died from a cassowary.
Why was he? Are they not native to this nation?
No, they are native here.
Let's not forget is it the Yakunji?
Irukandji.
Irukandji?
Yeah. And the blue-ringed octopus?
Yeah.
Bruh.
The Irukandji will
That would be
fuck you up.
Blue-ringed
What about the
octopus.
magpies? Magpie ours, or are they everywhere?
The Aussie magpie, it's Australian.
But so you need an Aussie, like they're pommy magpies, probably.
There's European magpies.
Yeah.
What about the ibis?
That's not us.
Yeah, it is. They're native.
Oh, are they native? We had this conversation.
Yeah.
I thought
Mate, they're from like the wetlands of like New South Wales.
yeah, and then
shit.
now they've just come in here and
there was
they
a
eat
drought and they
rubbish.
flew in and they didn't fuck off.
But there are other ibises around the world.
My sister, because she's lived over in the fucking US for so long, she got back and didn't understand what we're talking about. We're saying like bin chickens and fucking. She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Dude, do you not know like the whole fucking like what an ibis is?"
That's crazy. I tell you what, I'm seeing fucking everywhere at the moment is the bush turkey.
Yeah, bush turkeys.
Bush turkeys are
Northern
bush turkeys
beaches
are having a great year
Dude,
or a couple of years.
If you're
they're fucking everywhere.
if you are a bush turkey on the northern beaches, you are living like you're living good.
living great, there are bush turkeys everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Just good to know there's still some fucking wild game getting around the Sydney streets. There's a fox that runs around Paddington. I remember when I used to live in Paddington, so there's fox getting around. I was
Yeah,
like,
there's
holy
foxes
Yeah,
around.
there's
fuck.
foxes like deep.
There's foxes
in
in Bellevue Hill.
There's foxes
Yeah.
in Dover Heights and Rose Bay.
Like, where are they living?
I don't know. It's crazy, but they're around.
There was
Foxes.
a fox on UNSW campus, like the same one that people kept seeing and taking photos and whatever, and it was all a big joke until some dude tried to feed him and got bitten and had to be taken to hospital.
Were foxes introduced as like to hunt, or were they introduced to curb something?
Surely to hunt.
I have no idea. But again, a fox.
I tell you a stat that wigs me out. There is more camels in Australia than anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Really?
Introduced.
They're a beautiful animal, the fox.
Recreational hunting, there you go, 1855.
So, I can you domesticate a fox? Because they're cute.
I don't think so.
Isn't that interesting that like there's just something missing in their brain where you can't? But then what about that Pavlov's dog shit? Doesn't it only take like not many fucking generations to?
Yeah, but I think you
It
still
depends
need
on the
domesticate.
animal. It's like the
Yeah.
bloke. Do you hear about the bloke who tried to domesticate a hippo and then it dragged him into the water and fucking killed him?
No, I didn't. So like, as in he reared it from a baby and
He
then
reared it from a baby, like tried to domesticate this hippo, and apparently there was like warning signs. Like this hippo used to get out of its cage and chase people down the river and shit. Like apparently it chased.
yeah, that's a pretty good warning sign.
Yeah, like a father and a son were like, had to spend like 4 or 5 hours in a tree because this hippo chased them. And then he like lured the hippo away with an apple, the owner. Anyway, not good signs. The wife was worried about this guy's relationship with the hippo, but he wouldn't hear it. One day, hippo turns on him, drags him into the water, kills him. I think it ate him.
Do hippos eat humans? I thought they were more of a watermelon
Or
operator.
like like crushed his skull.
yeah. Well, so it was like
Hippos are no joke.
No. Their bite power is
More
like
people
one of the-
die of hippos than I think. I'm not going to compare it to anything, but it's like more than a lot of African.
500 people a year in Africa.
Yeah. They're super aggressive, very unpredictable, can't be domesticated.
Is this animals? Oh, get out.
Is the most killed.
Mosquitoes, biggest
That makes
killer.
sense. 1 million. Humans? Dude, it's mosquitoes, then humans. That is fucking crazy.
Then dogs, snakes.
No,
then
snakes, then dogs.
Snakes, dogs, flies, bugs, freshwater snails kill 10,000. Okay, that's weird.
Good to know.
Scorpions, tapeworms. So mosquitoes, then daylight, then humans, then daylight.
It's funny though, like, and you see like how many dogs.
Snakes kill.
Dude, of course snakes kill.
Yeah, but that's a big number. It's higher than I would have thought.
You've got poisonous snakes. You've got fucking snakes that'll strangle you.
Imagine getting strangled to death by a python and eaten.
Dude, an
It
anaconda.
happens.
Anaconda in fucking
Yeah, it happens.
Amazon. Fuck that shit, dude. Like, you see the size of these fucking snakes. It's just like,
Imagine going for a swim in the Amazon
Yep.
and getting eaten by an anaconda.
Oh, did you hear about the dude
That makes me ill.
yeah.
Did you hear about the dude that got eaten by piranhas in the Amazon last week?
No,
He
I
was-
always thought the piranha thing was a bit of like a fucking Hollywood whirlpool. Like, if you put your hand in a thing of piranhas, it's not like it's going to come out like a skeleton. Like, they're not just going to fucking rip you apart.
Some guy
think
died
they
from
do.
them though.
Well, I know that now.
He died.
I was under the impression they were a bit of a, like, they are obviously, like, they do what they do, but they don't do what
I
they do.
heard this once. Apparently, there's like something in the Amazon where if you piss into the Amazon, like
yeah.
there's
Swims
things
up your
will
dick
swim up
hole.
your-
Yeah.
Is that bullshit?
No, that's what I thought Irukandji was, but it's not. That's something else. We've done this before.
Yeah, so this dude was escaping a swarm of bees, so he jumped into a river and was eaten by piranhas.
That's tough.
That's so etch.
Like, they've
Whoa.
got some teeth on them.
Yeah,
They've got some.
no joke.
No,
piranhas.
so he got eaten alive by piranhas. That's fucking
Jesus
hectic.
Christ.
I'd say fatal attacks are relatively rare.
It's not yet known if the attack came before or after the man's death.
How else would he have died?
Well, so he could have fucking died from the bee stings. He could have fucking drowned. The piranhas that's what I'm saying. He didn't get killed by the piranhas.
Well, he might have.
My understanding is that the piranha thing's a bit of a whirlpool. Like, they might bite you, but they're not just going to come and like strip you of your flesh.
I thought that documentary Piranha 3 Double D, was that not real?
I don't know if that's real or not. Now I'm starting to question. Maybe it is real. I don't know. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
This may get cut, but we'll see.
Hello, Tom, Eddie, Theo, Dave, Punters and the Dribblers. It's the ad hoc choke dribbler here. I've got a bit of a controversial question that may ruffle a few feathers. Just curious to know if you are circumcised or uncircumcised. In country rugby, this often separates the teams in a bit of touch footy. Generally splits the teams between either hoodies or helmets. And a secondary question to that is there a prerequisite to joining the Slippery Bucks based on how whole a man is? Anyway, foreskins forever, circumcisions never, Manly 13 plus. Cheers, bye.
No, there isn't a prerequisite, although maybe there should be. I am untouched.
I'm untouched. I'm in God's image.
Yes.
Well,
The way it was intended.
Yeah.
I'm in my God's image, so
Wasn't
I am
mutilated.
circumcised.
Wasn't mutilated at birth.
No.
You guys are lucky. I had my circumcision 8 days old. It was so sore I couldn't walk for a year after.
You've used that before, haven't you?
Yeah.
That is like the only Jewish
I was
circumcision
about to say,
joke
that's
there
got to be
is.
like one on the Jewish circumcision circuits.
Yeah, that's done the round.
That gets rolled out.
That's done the
He's been
rounds.
waiting a year to drop that fucking thing because we've
Yeah, he
never
has.
talked about fucking foreskins.
Listen, it's obviously a topic that comes up from time to time. Sometimes if you've had a couple of beers, there might be a bit of yelling, a bit yahooing.
Is
It's
that-
a debate that's never been settled.
Well, I think that dudes who are circumcised, like, they're at the mercy of the fucking reality of their life, and that is that they have no idea what it's like, and they have to be pro-circumcision because they don't have a choice. It was taken from them.
Yes.
Whereas if you are in Camp fucking Skivvy, Camp Turtleneck,
Put it this way.
we have Transformers.
Yes, but put it this way. If you didn't do it as a child, how much adult circumcision would you see if it's so great?
Yeah. I don't think you really see it.
You don't.
Unless it's emergency, like, unless it's medically...
You don't see much of it.
No.
Why?
Because the idea of nipping off the tip of your fucking penis, I mean, like, that's a hard sell at the best of times. It's the sort of thing that only gets cleared in a time when people don't know better. You know what I mean? Like, and now it's a ritual and it's got religious sort of ties, but like, you aren't selling that as just a new idea in 2021.
But there are health benefits from it, apparently. I think it's very like marginal in the fact it's easier to keep clean, I think is the main.
Right.
That only
so
rings
like,
true for people that don't wash.
Yeah, it's like
if
if
you
you have a shower twice a day.
Once a day. Once every 2 days would be fine. If you don't shower for like 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, you might run into trouble.
I mean, I wouldn't be...
But that wouldn't be the only...
I'd say if you're not showering for 2 days, you're probably in a bit of trouble. You need to rinse that fucking thing.
But like, not to where it's adverse to your health.
No, just more that it's gross.
Yeah.
But that's
not the only thing gross on you after 2 days without a wash.
No, that's true.
The old ring wouldn't be in a very good state.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. It'd be a hazardous zone. I don't think that the health benefits are that real, because otherwise, if they were real, everyone would be told to do it. It'd be like, no, we recommend you do this because the health benefits. There's no health benefits. That's bullshit. It's just something some people are into.
If someone started saying, I reckon we should cut off our weenuses.
Yeah, that's the elbow skin. People would be going, get the fuck out of here.
You'd be like, why would we do that?
My old man is like Dave. And he was like, when it came to us, he was like, fuck that. I didn't have a choice. I'm now going to allow my sons to choose. I'm choosing to not do it.
But shout out to those that are.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that you've got less options.
Well, you don't have any options. You have no options now.
You don't have options. Options are a good thing to have in the dick game.
Yeah. On we go.
Eddie, D or Dave, you fucking mad cunt. It's the Garbo Dribbler here. Just one little dribble for you, bloke. What do you reckon about TBH? I don't know if you boys were around for that time, but they came for a period in the early 2010, I don't know, let's say. TBH vid, like through TBH. Just wanted to get you blokes validation on the TBH post in general, and if you haven't done a TBH, do you mind doing one for the Punters and Dribblers? Thank you very much. See you soon.
Look, there's a couple of things for me here, and this is going to make me sound like an elitist piece of shit. But it's H, not H. I just can't. I hate when fucking people say H.
What are they talking about?
Now the second thing, what the fuck is this man talking about?
You guys don't know like what a TBH is.
So I think I do, Dave, and I think I know because of my nieces or my nephews, Steph's nephews, who through marriage now also my nephews. Shout out to Thomas and Antonio. I think it was something that like kids did on social media and shit. We were luckily we were out of that, but it was like you literally put it up as your status. It was like for a TBH. So if you liked my status, which was like for a TBH, I'd then like tell you something truthful about yourself or some shit. Is that sort of it?
Yeah, like TBH, like to be honest.
Yeah, to be honest.
And people would be like, oh, you post the thing and people would like it, and then it would be like, oh, you got to write something honest about them, but then you don't. You just write TBH, you're cool, and we talk at school sometimes.
It was.
Hang on. What if you got like 100 likes?
Well, yeah, I mean,
would you have to?
Well, I think it was like 14-year-olds though, right? You know, and so it's like this is them. Like this is how they would interact on social media. It was like they want to talk to people on Facebook tonight, so it's like for a TBH.
Yeah, it's like spending like a whole.
Was that like
MSN.
our messenger?
Yeah.
Yeah, MSN Messenger, but at least we would just have conversations that were fucking just as stupid. But it was like for a TBH. Fucking Thomas and Antonio used to put up photos of them like shirtless, 6-packs and shit. They're like 14, 13. And I was like, I'd always be like, dudes, one day you're going to want to fucking delete this thing off Facebook, dude. Don't do it. But they used to put up photos of them shirtless, being like for a TBH. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys even doing?
So you would put up anything and go like this for a TBH, and then I'll give you an honest.
That is my limited. That is my limited understanding, Dave. So like you would just.
Yeah.
Comments would just be filled with fucking.
When was this happening?
Like you said, early 2010s, like that period of Facebook when like, I guess my generation would have had it, but no one else was on it. And before like it was taken over by like actual paid ads and stuff where your whole feed was just your friends posting random shit. Like, you know how you go into like photo booth on the Mac and just take photos with filters or some shit?
I remember I used to do that.
Yeah. You would post that stuff on Facebook and then there would be, and you know, two people would be together for a night and be like, we're doing TBH videos. And then they'll just.
Right. Okay. I missed it.
Well, yeah, we were 21.
I missed that craze.
You actually would have been what, 20, 19, 18? We were beyond the like for a TBH.
In 2010.
You're 19.
I was 19.
Yeah. Well, I'd have been 21.
Missed it. Don't know what to
Missed
tell
it.
you.
But so how's he saying that we do one?
I don't know who he wanted you to direct yours to. Maybe just the punter and dribbler community at large.
Directing what though?
Your TBH. You got to do a TBH.
But do what? I'm still confused as to
So
how
we
this
just have to
works.
say something honest about the punters and the dribblers.
Pretty much.
They're fucking dead shits.
You're all
Respect
dead
with the
shits.
greatest respect.
We love you all.
obviously.
but
We
you're
love
dead
you all.
shits. Yeah.
That's what makes you great.
That was the most honest TBH to ever been TBH'd. No other TBH was ever honest.
Oh, okay. Well, you could have told us that day before we abused the fucking audience. Maybe we should have just lied.
Oh, is that the point of the TBH, is to lie?
Well, you get these people from school who are like not really your friends liking, and you're not going to say TBH, you're an annoying cunt, and
I'm
I don't like
confused.
being near you. It would be.
So what would you say about them?
Yeah, I don't know. Like if you have anything in common or memory, it would just be one line. You'd just be like,
Was this a way to like chat to chicks?
like
You're really cool.
maybe. I feel like girls would do it more often than guys, though. Maybe it was a thing for girls to be like, maybe I can.
This seems like a bloody big waste of time.
Sure was.
Yeah. It certainly removed any conversation from the fucking situation, didn't it? It's just like.
That's a generation in need of some MSN Messenger.
Yeah, they need some. Your generation, you guys don't know how to talk to people. You need some MSN, dude.
MSN Messenger would have changed your life. Change it for the better.
I had it when I was young. My first
No, you
account,
didn't.
my
No, you
first
didn't.
account
No,
was
you
a Hotmail account.
No, you didn't
you
have MSN
didn't.
Messenger. You lie. You would have been like 2.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Bruh,
didn't
I
have-
was in year 7.
I didn't have
Where's
MySpace.
that put you?
Yeah.
I didn't have MySpace, but I had MSN.
No, dude, you didn't.
My bad. False memories in my head.
Nah. There's no way.
Nah, dude, you
There's
didn't have
no
it.
way you had it.
Nah.
Yeah. When I was born.
How old are you? 23.
Yeah.
So I'm in year 7. You're in year what? Kindergarten.
You'd be. How old are you in year 7? 10, 11, 12?
12.
So I was like 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're lying.
Yeah. So that's a lie.
They didn't just stop MSN after. You
Yeah, but they
graduated
sorta
year seven.
did.
They sort of did though.
It
Once
didn't
we
run
hit
for very
like
long.
year 9,
It
they
didn't
were
run
like,
for
nah,
very
let's
long.
fucking.
It was like a couple of years.
Yeah.
My earliest memories were like MSN and watching the music visualizer on Windows
Nah,
Media Player.
fake memories.
Yeah. Nah, you're a liar.
You're a liar. On we go. On we go.
Hello, Dior. It's wool growing dribbler. I'm here to comment on the wool growing chat about what's the best part of a fleece.
Oh, thank you.
So the best part is generally the fleece, which is everything except the dags, which is the shit part around the arse, and the belly, which is birds and shit on it. Lamb's wool is more preferable because it's fine, and Australia has the finest wool in the world. Also, another point that I think you'd like to know is recently in 2018, there was a drive for wool growers to donate wool to create the baggy greens. So 450 people have donated wool, and there's enough wool to last 100 years, apparently. For the next 100 years, there'll be enough wool for baggy greens. Thank you.
That's sick.
Great dribble. I would have liked to have known a little bit more about the wool selected for the baggy greens. What sort of metrics?
Yeah. Like grading of wools.
Like he says that they donated it. Sure, I'm not saying that didn't happen, but they weren't going to just take anything.
No. You're not just taking shit wool.
No way. Why would you take shit? Why would you take shit stuff?
No. It'd have to be good wool if it's being donated for like 100 years worth.
Well, it's a lot of wool that's been donated.
I understand that. What I mean is,
They
like,
also don't make many baggy greens.
but I'm like, why do you need 100 years worth of wool? because like you could just fucking get it when you need it. It better be good wool if you're stockpiling.
Well, do you think it's like a commitment that they've
I don't
made?
know.
Not that they've
Is
donated.
there good wool around? Maybe they're just like, let's just get it now. We don't have to worry.
It's like a seed bank.
Forward planning. Dave, off WhatsApp, bruh. Well, don't off it, but fucking mute it.
That was a Facebook Punters and Dribblers thing.
Well, thanks for reaching out. That's very insightful. On we go. Shout out to Wool, finest in the world.
Lads, long-time listener, multiple-time caller. It's the Brisbane Poke Bowl dribbler. Just finished a succulent Chinese meal with the boys, and we've just been discussing Crown Lager. I mean, I just wanted to get your thoughts on Crown Lager because I think we've reached a conclusion that it could quite possibly be the premier beer of the country. Now, the way we reached that conclusion is it's a big day beer. It's a big day beer. Like, it's a funeral beer. It's a wedding beer. It's probably the first beer you had when your dad gave you at a wedding or something like that. We know people give shit. We get that. But, look, I think you just need to move past that. I think you just need to get over it because, look, it's a big day beer. I just want to get your thoughts on that. Is it the premier beer of the country? We get shit, but it's a big day beer. Cheers, boys. Cheers, soon.
Well, it's used for celebrating.
What is?
The crowning.
Yeah, but is it a bloke?
No, it's not. But I'm saying historically that's what it's been used for. Before bloke was around.
Yeah, I've never found Crown to be that appealing. And that's no disrespect to Crown, obviously.
I think marketing got Crowns a long way. A lot further than they should have.
They just seem a bit bland.
Well, it's Foster's.
Yeah.
You know that, don't
Yeah.
you? Does anyone drink Foster's?
Why don't we drink Foster's
Because
anymore?
it doesn't taste very good.
I know it doesn't taste that good, but like it was big. How does it just like, you know, some people would say like Vegemite doesn't taste very good, but as a nation, we've got an appetite for Vegemite. Like,
well, I don't think Foster's has ever been big here.
it was just marketed as an Australian beer overseas.
Marketed Australian beer overseas.
So these
People don't drink
Yanks-
Foster's.
No,
We never
don't.
have.
No.
I don't even think I know where to buy it.
I've had it like a couple of times out of curiosity of like, okay, why are we fucking known for this shit? And you're like, oh.
I never see it. I never buy it.
No.
I'm never around it. I'm
No.
never with people that drink it.
No.
I never see it.
No.
I just know about it.
Yep.
It's a weird one.
It's a weird one.
The only thing I can remember about Crownies was that if you dropped the bottle, it didn't break because of that like design.
I never knew that. Never knew that.
You know, it's like it sort of like goes up into.
Never knew
like
that.
Thick to skinny.
Yeah, I know how the bottle works. Yeah, I bet you could smash it.
You can smash it.
You can.
It's like sort of drop safe.
Okay. Should we move on?
Yeah.
How many more we got, Dave?
I'll check after this.
Time is it?
Almost 10 past.
Tom, Edie, D or Dave. First things first. Come on! Get up the fucking Black Caps. God damn it, suck a big fat dick, England. Right now, that's out the way. I'd like to make a submission
That hasn't aged that well.
for the Punters and Dribblers Sports Combine. Butter and toast. That's got to be in there. And if you're not spreading to all four corners with an even film across every slice, don't bother signing out. You ain't first, you're last.
You're right. If you ain't first, you are last, which implies that you guys are last. First.
In terms of the buttering of toast in the Dribbler Combine, I don't know that I would agree with that being something. Now, I agree that there's an importance that toast is buttered appropriately, but I feel like it's not that difficult to do.
Well, I
not
wouldn't.
difficult to
No,
do.
no,
It
no,
might
no,
be
no,
hard
no,
to do
no, no,
well.
no, no. I disagree with that, Tom. There is an art to like. Let's use Vegemite as an example. The ratio of butter to Vegemite is a sacred art, and there are people that butcher it.
That's a different conversation.
Too little, too much. It's not about actually physically spreading it. It's about eyeing up the bit of bread you've got and coming up with a game plan that's going to see this thing produce its best.
Yeah, but I'd argue that the buttering of the bread doesn't change. It's the administering of spread of choice.
Well, no, I disagree, because if you've got a bit of toast and you got to look at what you're working with. Am I working with marge? Am I working with butter? Am I working with spreadable butter? How soft's the butter? Like, do I need to get the butter on there, warm it up before I spread it? Otherwise, I'm cutting into the bread.
Well, that is a different. Again, that's
a bit on.
Yeah, but if you have, in the ideal world, you have Western Star spreadable probably, or your Lurpaks of the world. You've got a nice soft spread, or you've just got some, room temperature butter there that's ready to fucking go.
Yeah, but now we're talking perfect world. But sure.
Right. Well, we're also we need to try and have some sort of constant here to operate off, and then you try and I guess react to the things that you can't prepare for, like the hardness of the butter when you approach it. But if we assume that butter is optimal consistency, do you not just spread butter on that toast the same way every time, which is just all four corners of the known universe? And then what spread are we doing? Okay, we're introducing jam. Well, I have this much jam with my buttered toast. I have this much Vegemite with my buttered toast. The administering of the butter is almost the most basic part of...
Yeah, but it's a part.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know if it's Dribbler Combine worthy.
The butter isn't.
No.
Veggie, maybe.
Maybe applying Vegemite.
Maybe. Honestly. Like, if you've got a dribbler there who's done pretty well in a few events, and then we get to the Vegemite spreading and he plays a shocker or he puts on too much, now I'm starting to think, fuck, bro, are you up to it?
Are you made of the right stuff?
Are you made of the right stuff? Because now I don't think you are. I don't hate it. Put it that way. I don't hate it. On we go.
Tom, Eddie Tom, Dior. I introduced my dad to the potty this week. He absolutely loved it that much. He started listening to the back catalogue. As we were driving around, we started listening to the kettle chips yarn of a couple of weeks ago. He started telling me the story of the great chip buyout of Arnott's, and that's where he's worked for the last 20 or 30 years.
We got a chip on our hand.
Apparently, as the story goes, when Kettle became very successful, Arnott's purchased them for a substantial amount of cash, but never got them to sign anything saying they couldn't get back into the chip game. So the owners of Kettle sell off to Arnott's, then make Red Rock Deli. They use the same equipment and producing methods, but just double the flavouring and basically put Arnott's kettle chips out of the markets. Anyways, love your work.
Wow. The chip wars, dude.
Whoa, dude, that's blown me apart.
So
that's what happened.
Because
I couldn't work it out. Kettles were number one.
Best in class.
All of a sudden, no more Kettles. Red Rock comes out of nowhere.
Out of the clouds.
That's wild. You know what they did as well? Those fucking those conniving bastards. They would have been sitting on the sweet chili.
They would have been sitting on that. Let's sell this, and then we drop sweet chili.
Yeah, bang. Because that was their entry chip. That put them on the board, bro.
Yeah.
No one had done sweet chili before. No one.
And that was their, obviously they had their salt, salt and vinegar, salt, their staples, and then they went, now here's what sets us apart. Sweet chili sour cream.
It's our aces. Bang. That is so interesting.
You know what we got to do after this? And there's actually somewhere nearby, potentially go and get ourselves a fillet of fish burger.
You want to do it after this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There is one around
the corner.
So I suppose we just go and sit in the car park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful. Let's press on. That's a huge fucking yarn, though, that chips yarn.
Tom, Eddie, Dior, long-time listener, first-time caller. It's the greenkeeper dribbler. I actually cut my teeth at a Greg Norman designed golf course for Longyard in Tamworth. But ringing up today with some Elliston yarn. A few facts about Elliston. I've spent a bit of time there. It's a fully fenced, gated community. You've got to sign a confidentiality agreement to get in. You've got to sign that you won't take any photos. They average 11 to 20 rounds per year.
It's the number one conditioned course in the world, conditioning being the amount of divots and blemishes on the turf itself.
Shit.
What else? When you're playing around there, staff on course have to hide when they see a golfer. So if you are working and some golfers are coming along, you need to get your mower and hide behind a tree, turn it off so that you are not seen by a golfer. It's got its own licensed club full of Kerry, pack and memorabilia, gym, tennis court, general store, pool, everything you need. It's basically a little cult for the staff. But yeah, good luck getting on there. I've had some friends play it. They said it was unbelievable. I hope you boys get a start. Dior, you're a legend. Up the fucking storm. Manly never.
Swear to God, every fucking dribble Dave's put in has had a mention of him. And that was a good dribble.
That was a good dribble, though.
That was a fantastic dribble.
I'm going to put it down to coincidence because that was a great dribble.
Cool. I guess it finished with Dave Love.
Well, he was a Storm fan, so he wasn't like sucking up to me. That was just natural,
Okay.
That was a great dribble. Love
that. Sounds like a fucking crazy place to work, especially when it's like you only have to really work like, well, you got to work to keep it all running and good, but like just to be ready for 20 people to come or 20 rounds.
It's just like always ready.
Yeah. So like people who use that general store, it's like they're just people that live in the compound that don't have to do that much. I wonder if it'd be like utopian or if it'd be like...
No, you'd have to do, mate, like you'd have to do a lot. Because you still got to, the course steel needs to be in A-grade nick.
Yeah, tip-top.
Year round.
Tip-top condition. We reach out. Whoever the fuck can get us in there.
Reach out. Is that us?
Go one more, Dave.
Tom, Eddie, D or Dave, punters and dribblers. It's the Birkenstock dribbler. I just want to say fuck you, Tom, and fuck you, Eddie. Tom, you fucking wear red pants, shin tickler boardies, and you fucking think that you fucking going to fix your shin splints wearing fucking thongs and slides. Well, maybe if you wore some Birkenstocks, you'd actually fix them. You've got no sense of fashion. Eddie, you're pretty hot, so I'll allow your criticisms, but yeah, beer soon. Slides never. Birkenstocks forever. Thanks for everything. Bye.
Now,
jeez, I got a flight.
You got a flight there. He came at me hard. I was waiting for him to then come at you. Didn't. That's fine. I would say this though. Birkenstocks on men don't look good. That's all.
And we're talking about like the authentic ones, the ones that you would think of when you think of Birkenstocks.
Well, what the fuck else?
There's a couple of people being like, "Oh, Birkenstock slides." We're not talking about that. I'm talking about.
We're talking about Birkenstocks here. We know what we're talking about, guys.
The ones with the toe thing.
We know what we're talking about, and I mean, we're not saying the slides aren't included in that either. I'm sure there's people reaching out. We certainly ruffled some feathers with the Birkenstocks chat, but that's how you know that. Because obviously there was some opposition, but there was plenty of people being like, "Oh yeah, thank God someone said it."
There was a lot of opposition, but there was a lot of support.
Yeah. It's a hot button issue. It divides the public. But
it does. I tell you what, it divides the public.
It does.
Which is, you know.
That's what you want.
That's what we relish in here at Hello Sport.
Yeah, exactly right.
Hot button topics that rile up the punter and the dribbler.
Yeah, and that's the way we're going to finish it. There's the Finch man as he arrives to do his show with Kempy. We are done, motherfuckers. We will see you bright and early Thursday.
Bye-bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?